Hello and welcome to the Sports Corner YouTube channel for another Champions League watch along tonight. I'm joined by Will. We're going to be watching Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Lazio, Bayern. But first and foremost, Will, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, mate. How are you?
Do you know what? I'm excited to watch Bayern Munich. I'm excited to watch Lazio. Two teams that should give us a good game. I think your game is going to be a close one. Of course, two teams that don't normally concede a lot of goals.
Yeah, definitely. I believe they played each other a few seasons ago in Champions League. And the crazy thing was, I think Morata scored the winner for Chelsea, who now plays for, who obviously don't play for Chelsea anymore. But yeah, I think it's going to be, like you say, a tight game, but definitely a very interesting one because I think they're both two teams that will be looking to, try and win the competition. Yeah,
there could be goals tonight as well. I mean, the game between Lazio and Bayern, the two on-form strikers, of course, and Immobile and Lewandowski. We'll run through the teams in a second. Just before we do that, though, I'm going to ask you a prediction for your game, then we'll get my prediction for my game, then we'll go through the team news, and then we should be probably ready for kickoff. So, Atletico Chelsea, what's your prediction?
Definitely a tight one, like I just said. I think it's going to be. I'm going to go 2-1 Atletico, but that's me being, wanting goals. I won't be surprised if it's like a 1-0 to either side. So I'm going to say 2-1 Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I think for that game, I think it'll be a tight one. I don't see there being many goals in it. I'm going to go 1-0 to Atletico Madrid, which is obviously we don't want that because it's going to be a boring watch long for your sake. But I just have the feeling that it's going to be a tight game and Atletico will nick it.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably agree 1-0 would be the result I'd go for. I just don't want to put negative energy into the game and, that'll get a boring match.
Yeah, but for my game, I think there'll be goals. I'm not going to lie. Both of these two sides, very attacking. I'm going to go for 3-2 to Bayern Munich tonight. Bayern Munich to pip it, just by the last hair.
Definitely be a good game for you, definitely. But like you say, with two unformed strikers for both sides, it won't be a surprise, and especially we know how good both sides are going forward as well.
Yeah, what do you think for the Lazio Bayern game?
Oh, my prediction. I'm gonna go 3-1 Bayern. I think Lazio will score on the night, but I think Bayern will just be too strong.
Yeah, so we might as well run through the lineups. I've got them here. So the Atletico Madrid lineup should be on the screen right now. Do you want to do the Atletico Madrid Chelsea game?
I can talk it through. Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
Yeah, so in goal I've got Jan Oblak as always. One of the best keepers in Europe. He's expected to start every single game. They've got Hermoso at left back with Felipe and Savic in the two centre back roles with Marcus Llorente, who still gives me nightmares to this day. Right back. They've got Correa and Lamar on the wings, so two creative, pacey players on the wings with Koke and Saul. I don't know about you, Kieren, but it seems like those two have been in the midfield for Atletico for like 10 years now. And then up front, in-form Luis Suarez and the young prodigy João Felix, who's looking like he's playing with a lot more confidence recently. So, yeah, it's a strong lineup and probably their strongest possible lineup here when you look at the subs as well.
I don't know what's happened to Marcus Llorente in the last 2 years, but he's somehow gone from a centre mid to a left winger, a striker, and now a right back.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, and of course
that he brings.
Yeah, and of course, the less spoke about him, the better. I think for your case, we'll move on to the Chelsea team, which should be on the screen right now.
Yes, it looks like they're going to be sticking with that. With the five at the back, they seem to be like that. Tuchel likes to run. Obviously, got the Mendy in goal. Azpilicueta is the captain again tonight with Christensen and Rudiger. And then Hudson-Odoi, who got subbed off. I believe he came on as a sub at the weekend and then got taken off in about the 80th minute, whether that was a tactical change or injury or whatnot. But he starts tonight. Kovacic and Jorginho starting midfield once again, with Marcos Alonso being the other wing back, who seems like he's taken the role off Ben Chilwell since Tuchel got the job. Mason Mount again, he's going to be playing in behind Olivier Giroud and Timo Werner. And Timo Werner's had a tough start to his Chelsea career, but I think now second part of the season in the Champions League, we'll see if he can get his form really, really rolling. And I'm sure Josh will be happy tonight if he can see Olivier Giroud, score a big beefy header past Jan Oblak.
Yeah, he was getting excited earlier when I told him that Giroud was playing. But in terms of the names on Chelsea's bench, I know they're not all necessarily in top form right now. But the names on the bench, they've got some real good players. They've got likes of Ziyech and Havertz who can come on and impact the game. Pulisic as well. Abraham, Kante for a bit of stability. Even at the back, they've got the likes of Reece James and Chilwell. They've got a very good bench tonight, Chelsea, a very strong bench, which can impact the game. But in terms of this game, it should be quite a decent one for you. Two teams that are kind of changing fortunes, I'd say, because Chelsea obviously had the change of manager. Atletico Madrid kind of taken a little dip in the league. Of course, they're always good in the Champions League, though.
Yeah, they're just a very very well coached team. Every player seems to know their roles. Atletico Madrid. Simeone is just such an intense coach. He makes sure that they're concentrating at all times, and they just keep the shape on. And they play their game how they want to play their game, no matter who they play. Sometimes it can catch up on them, as we saw last season when they lost to Leipzig. It was kind of their negative style of play cost them in the end, but it got them a huge win against Liverpool. They just kind of out. I think Simeone's tactics kind of outwitted Klopp in the end, despite a terrible performance from Adrian in goal for Liverpool. But yeah, they know how to win these big games. Atletico Madrid, they've proved it over the last 2 seasons. So it's not going to be an easy game tonight for Chelsea, but they seem like under Tuchel, they've just got this new, complete new, just like new confidence. It's just kind of gone through the entire squad, playing with a lot more freedom. And I think they're going to come here tonight and looking to get a win.
Yeah, and of course it's being played at a neutral area, neutral ground tonight, so anything can happen. So Atletico Madrid have probably got the short end of the stick, having their home tie at a neutral ground, whereas Chelsea can have theirs in their actual stadium. We'll move on from that, and we'll go to the Lazio Bayern Munich game. Now, I couldn't actually find Lazio's Twitter to nick the picture off, so I've got the one from goal. So for Lazio, we've got Reina in goal, Musacchio, Acerbi and Patrick, Lucas Leiva, Adam Jurisic, Manuel Lazzari, Luis Alberto, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Joaquin Correa and Ciro Immobile. Now, I am going to have to research the bench for that team because I don't know what it is. I feel like I've just gone off the slideshow as well. That should be back up now. Yes. So for Bayern Munich, they've got Neuer in net with the normal conventional back four of Sula, Kimmich, Boateng, Davies, Alaba. Kimmich probably playing in midfield, actually, with the likes of Goretzka. Koeman and Sané being the wingers. Musiala probably tucked in just behind Lewandowski. Musiala, interestingly, preferred to Choupo-Moting, who did not have a good game in the last game for Bayern Munich. This, of course, not sure if it's being played at a neutral arena. I actually think it's at the Lazio Stadium. I'm not quite sure. If anybody wants to research that, put it in the comments for me. That will do. But speaking of comments, Kyle has said, "Hey, Kieren and Will, how are you?" I'm all right. I'm sure that Will's all right as well.
Yeah, I'm good, Cal, mate. Thanks for asking. Let us know how you are as well.
Yeah, Kyle's also said, go on, read out.
No, I'll let you read, it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, go on, it's no worries.
Sound. We'll be watching Atletico Chelsea. We're rooting for Atletico. Want this to be any entertaining match, but doubt it with the way Atletico plays. Also, within the graphics. Oh, mate, I didn't make these. Just robbed them off the Twitter. Please don't give me credit for the admins of these teams' work. If I could make them, I'd be getting gassed. I won't be doing this. Anyway, we should be about to kick off. Is your game ready to kick off?
It's literally just kicked off right now. We've just got underway in the game.
Well, on the BT when they run through the teams, apparently Nicolas Sula's playing right back, and Musiala's playing alongside Kimmich in midfield, with Goretzka behind Lewandowski. And Bayern Munich have actually only got 6 substitutes. Is that true? Bayern Munich only got 6 substitutes.
Maybe if you flick to the lineups, you can double check, but
that is crazy. Yeah, only 6 subs. That is crazy. They must have a lot of injuries, Bayern Munich.
Must do. Oh, like you say, the squad it isn't exactly a squad that lacks depth anyway. Bayern Munich, they've always got players available, so I think it must be an injury concern. But yeah, we were about 40 seconds into this game, and it's already won by João Felix.
We haven't even kicked off yet. We're about to kick off, though.
And 40 seconds in, like I said, and Simeone's already jumped off the bench and raising his voice. So I knew that wouldn't take very long as well.
He's one of them managers, though, isn't he?
Oh, he definitely is. He's just one of those. He's one of those managers that, you love him if he's your own manager, but you'd absolutely hate playing against him. He's just one of those managers that's so irritating, but at the same time, he's just so good at what he does. Really, I believe he is also the highest paid manager in Europe by some considerable margin.
Well, Bayern Munich got an early corner, about 12 seconds in a hashed clearance, I think it was, from Lazzari. Just gone out straight away for a corner, and Inzaghi can't be happy with that. Kyle has said it's been playing at the Stadio Olimpico, which is I think that's Lazio Stadium. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not that good with Italian stadiums.
I think it's shared with Lazio, I believe.
Well, the corner's whipped in. It's headed away out to the edge of the area, and Alphonso Davies tries a long range shot, which is blocked out for a throw-in. But interesting start from Bayern Munich. Of course, they're on the front foot.
Oh, what's he doing, Mendy?
What's
no
happened?
one scored, but Jesus Christ. a lack of communication at the back by Chelsea. I know I said we're only about a minute 40 in, but there's Chelsea started this game on the back foot already. It's a heavy touch from Mendy after he receives a pass from Azpilicueta, I believe, and it almost gets him in trouble there. I think it's Saul closing him down, and it goes out for a Chelsea goal kick eventually. But yeah, Mendy almost an embarrassing moment in the opening 2 minutes, but Chelsea survive.
Well, Mendy's been accustomed to that, hasn't he? Really, a few mistakes. Oh, Lazio are almost in, but obviously, quick as you like, Manuel Neuer out to stop that counter attack. Well, that ball in behind is on. Bayern Munich obviously got embarrassed by Frankfurt at the weekend. I'm not going to lie, they didn't play well, but they've got to bounce back tonight, and I've predicted them too. I've been saying all week I'll never bet back against Bayern Munich. Obviously, my boy Leroy Sané is playing tonight. I hope he can get a goal or something, but they need to bounce back from that poor result. Well, the poor last few results, because of course the 3-3 with Armenia was a really poor result as well.
Yeah, and I think many people just presume that because Bayern play in the Bundesliga and they dominate every year, that most of the games are easy. But we saw at the weekend, Frankfurt beat them, so they'll be hungry tonight, looking to bounce back and get a huge win as well. And I think games like this in the Champions League as well, they're a bit different to league games. I don't know what you think. It kind of suits certain teams better. I think in the Bundesliga, for example, you might see like smaller clubs, or even in the Premier League, you might see smaller clubs looking to just kind of park the bus and happy with a point. But in games like this in the Champions League, where both sides are going out to win because it's a knockout game, I think you see a lot more goals and a lot more free flowing football really. Yeah,
and I think form kind of goes out the window as well, because the perfect example of that is probably Liverpool last week. A really good performance against Leipzig, of course, in a 2-0 win, which has probably got you through to the next round already.
Yeah, and it was one of them where Leipzig's own mistakes, cost them the game completely. I thought we played pretty well. We controlled the game well, but at the end of the day, we scored 2 goals off 2 shocking errors from the Leipzig defenders. And looking at the players like Upamecano, who's just got that big transfer to Bayern, his performance didn't look very promising. But I'm sure when he's going to be playing his majority of the games in the Bundesliga, and we know how good he is when he plays for Leipzig in the Bundesliga specifically. So I think he'll still do a job for them without a doubt.
Yeah, and Leipzig, of course, caught 3 points back up on Bayern Munich this week, beating Hertha Berlin 3-0. Bayern Munich got beat by Frankfurt, of course, having a good season as well. But, the Bundesliga is looking interesting. The Premier League is just pretty much dead and buried, I think, already, with Man City probably going to run away and win the league already with 10 points clear.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, it's nothing that I didn't expect. I think maybe if Liverpool didn't have injuries, possibly we'd be close to them. But at the end of the day, I think Liverpool were 19 points behind City now. So you add Van Dijk back into Liverpool's lineup. Does it get rid of all that? Does it bring all those 19 points back? I don't think it does. I think City's squad is just too stacked. If you look at their squad on a whole, they've got 2 starting 11s that probably win the league, and you just really can't compete with that. Which
is fair play to Pep Guardiola, of course. He's got the resources to do that. He's used it well. He's probably going to get another league title to his name. But if they don't win the Champions League, then is it really the successful season that Manchester City want? Of course, because that's what they want to do. They want to win the Champions League. That's always been their aim the last probably 4 or 5 seasons. And can you see them winning the Champions League this season?
They've got the talent, without a doubt. They've got the most talented squad in the entire on the planet. But the one thing with City that's always been, this is my personal opinion, is I just don't think they've got that European pedigree as a club. And I think when it gets these big games in Europe, where you can't dominate possession against a Sheffield United or a Brighton, and slap them into the ground when you've got to go out and attack and also defend very quickly and play against teams that you won't play against every single week, I feel like they struggle. And I'm pretty sure Pep Guardiola's not been to a UCL final since he actually won it against Man United. He's tried doing it with Bayern, he's failed. He's tried doing it with obviously Barca when Bayern absolutely smashed him back in 2013, I believe. So he tried doing it with Barca, didn't get there with Bayern, hasn't been there with City yet. So this, I think City brought Pep in to win the Champions League without a doubt. They'd already won Premier Leagues under Mancini and Pellegrini. They've brought Pep in to win the UCL, and so far they've not even been able to make a semi-final. So the pressure is on for City really to win this competition, because this is the ultimate club competition at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they're dominating the league in a very awkward season. But like you said, if they don't win the Champions League, then ultimately their club vision as a whole has kind of failed. But There's a massive chance they could do it, and of course we've got the watch along tomorrow with Kieren and Josh. That's tomorrow, same time that me and Will went live, 7:45, and then we've got Europa League on Thursday. Will, you excited to watch Maccabi again?
I am. I mean, it was a shame that Shakhtar got that late goal to make it 2-0 on the night with 2 away goals, but you never know because big Maccabi Tel Aviv, they are the Israeli champions, so. They know to perform in the big games. Maybe they can nick a 3-0 result and win and go for an away goals, but it's looking unlikely. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it because I enjoyed doing the show last week and I think it'll be another good one this week.
Yeah, and of course, straight after the goal show, about 5:55, the goal show starts. After it ends, me and Rowan will be live. But I'm just going to stop because Nicholas Sula's just done he's done a twisting, turning run from right back. And now you know how massive Nicholas Sula is. To get past about 3 bodies just by just running, takes about 3 Lazio players out of the game, puts the ball, gets to the byline like Big Zeke does, puts the ball back across, and Lewandowski can't get there, and it's tapped behind for another corner for Bayern Munich, which Kimmich is swinging in now towards the near post. It's going to be headed away, and Bayern Munich just going to have to recycle the ball. But, I mean, at the moment, Bayern Munich on top, and it's kind of the way I would have expected the game to go. Who's on top in yours?
8 minutes in, Atletico started the brightest, and they're closing Chelsea down a lot here. In fact, they're on the attack now with Suarez.
Oh!
Finds João Felix on the left-hand side. João Felix flips the ball into the middle when it's headed away by Marcos Alonso, looking for Correa, I believe. But yeah, so far, I'll probably say Atletico with a better side. Chelsea have not seen much of the ball. But like we know with the Spanish sides, they're going to try and win every single free kick they can. And they're pressing Chelsea a lot tonight. This is more a different Atletico tonight. You usually see Atletico like to control the ball and just kind of sit back and work on the counter-attack. But they are bringing the game to Chelsea tonight, taking the corner short and quick. It's just Correa finds Lamar, looking to get it in the box. There's still plenty of players in the box, but it's blocked there by Kovacic. But yeah, Atletico Madrid, I think, so far have been the better side in his opening 10 minutes. Yeah,
just as you were speaking, then there were a chance for Bayern, a half chance. Lewandowski probably should do better with it. Alba floats the ball into the back post. Kimmich open, free as a bird, pulls it back across the goal. And I mean, it's a few yards off Lewandowski possibly having a tap in. Should do better with it, the Polish striker, but ultimately doesn't get a touch on the ball, and Lazio can clear. But Lazio living dangerously. They're just giving the ball to Bayern Munich. You don't want Bayern Munich to have this much possession early in the game. They'll hurt you. But so far, it's still 0-0. Of course, we are about 8 minutes in. I think I'm about 2 minutes behind you in terms of match time.
Yeah, I'm on 9 minutes 30, so I think your game kicks off a little bit later than mine. But there's a chance for Atletico Madrid. Ball clips over the top to Lamar. First time crossing to the box is easily smothered up by Mendy. But what do you think of Thomas Lamar, his career on a whole? I think it's been a very, very strange time in his career because when he played at Monaco, obviously they were that bright upcoming team who kind of got picked apart.
Oh, it's an awful back pass. Lewandowski takes it around Pepe Reina, and it's 1-0 to Bayern Munich. And I'm not quite sure who passed that ball, but it's an awful, awful error from Lazio. I said they've been living dangerously, and Lewandowski's gobbled that up. You can't give a chance like that to him. I'm just going to see what it is. Sula puts a nothing ball forward. Sané loose touch. Gets taken back by Lucas Leiva. It's a pass back by number 37, straight into the path of Lewandowski. One touch around Pepe Reina, and Bayern Munich are in front here. But that is an awful error for Lazio. I'm just going to check who it is. It's number 37, Musacchio. Such an experienced head, giving away the ball there, just straight to Lewandowski. Just a pass back. Didn't even bother looking up, and he knew as soon as he made the pass that the Polish striker had scored. But 1-0 Bayern Munich already.
Well, the way you describe it, the one thing you can't do is shoot yourself in the foot against Bayern Munich. It's all right conceding a goal to them because we know how good they are going forward. But the fact that you've just given them a goal like that, it's just not the best way to start the game, is it, when you're playing Bayern?
No, and such an experienced player in Musacchio as well, of course. He's been around and done it all. And he just gives the ball straight to Lewandowski without even looking. Just tries to pass it back to Pepe Reina, but Lewandowski reads it and rounds Pepe Reina and scores. But to answer your question about Thomas Lamar, yeah, of course, when he was linked to go to Arsenal and go to Liverpool, he was probably at the top of his career. And then he went to Atletico Madrid for that big money move, and it's just never come off for him, has it?
No, he's just, like I say, he's never managed to get it going, which is a shame because I think when you saw him in that Monaco team with the other players that they've had, he looks like a good young player. But yeah, it just hasn't seemed to work out for him just yet. But he started this game pretty bright on the left hand side. We'll see if he can make an impact so far. But yeah,
how old is Thomas Lamar?
I can't touch him yet.
I'm going to search it up now.
Maybe
25.
25. Still pretty young then.
Yeah, he's still got probably about 5 or 6 years left of his career. And of course, people don't normally at their primes until about 26, 27. So he's still got time in his career.
Definitely. Header won there by, I believe that was Marcus Alonso. But Chelsea now, they're starting to get out of their own half. They kind of sat back in the first 10 minutes. They are now starting to press Atletico Madrid. But the one thing Atletico Madrid do is play the ball in tight spaces so well and keep hold of the ball so well.
Yeah, I feel that's something that probably Diego Simeone drills into his players about sharp passing and being switched on at every moment. Of course, those little triangles are really good.
They do pass it around very nicely, and they're just kind of working the ball now into the danger zone for Chelsea. This is brilliant play from Atletico Madrid. It's out to Correa on the right-hand side. He gets it to, I believe that was Saul. Puts it into the middle, cleared away by Antonio Rudiger. But they recycle it again. This chance is just not going away for Atletico Madrid. But Marcus Alonso with a nice tackle. I think he's going to clear it the field, which he does.
Well, Lazio are getting absolutely turned inside out by Leroy Sané and Robert Lewandowski right there. Took about 3 players out of the game, and unfortunately for them, the goal is cleared away. But we have had some questions. What's Madrid versus Chelsea prediction? I think you said, what did you say?
I said 2-1 Atletico Madrid, and that was me trying to put positive energy into the air because I felt like it could just be like a 1-0 or possibly even a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and I said 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. Dazza said, who would you start up on top on Sunday? I think he's on about Liverpool.
So I think it depends on. I think there's just not many options. Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, if you drop Firmino, who's been very poor, who do you play? Do you play Origi, who hasn't shown much? He says, "Come on, and that's a chance for Atletico Madrid." Oh, sorry to interrupt in the question there, but terrible defending from Chelsea. Tuchel is not happy. I think it's Marcus Alonso that's been caught out by Correa. Yeah, Marcus Alonso and Rudiger not communicating at all. It's actually Luis Suarez puts it into the middle. Lamar's there and he's stretching, but he just cannot put it into the bottom corner. But Luis Suarez there, just kind of embarrassing Rudiger. Chelsea just don't deal with it. And Lamar, he probably should score there, but he just is at full stretch. Unfortunately, can't get to it. But another let off there for Chelsea. But going back to your question, Daz, again, if you drop Firmino, who do you really start? Because I don't really trust Origi. I would say Jota, but do you risk him so early? Just going back into training. I think he'll probably start Bobby up front, but I expect Jota to come on off the bench without.
Running onto his left foot, Kimmich inside the box. Tries to think when it's a deflection, and it's out for a corner. Sorry to interrupt you there, Will, but Bayern Munich are absolutely all over at Lazio at the moment.
I feel like there could be a few more goals in that game, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt again, but that's Mason right inside for Chelsea. He whips in a really, really good ball. Timo Werner's there, gets a bit on it, but he just can't divert into the goal. And what's kind of been the story of the season so far for Timo Werner? It just kind of been that sharpness has just not been there this season for Chelsea. When we've seen him score all these goals for Leipzig, just being sharp, putting the ball in the back of the net. It's not really been there for Chelsea this season, but a big chance for him there, and another let off Atletico Madrid. But I've got to be honest, Kieren, this game has been more open than I thought it would be at first, and both teams having early chances in these first 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe it's just a question of who will buckle first in that game, because obviously we talked about the defences. They've got 2 decent attacks though. Chelsea, of course, they've got the likes of Olivier Giroud up front, who's just a natural goal scorer. Timo Werner's a very good player on his day, and of course on the other side of Atletico Madrid, we've got João Felix, and Luis Suarez has already used his experience to get in Rudiger's head a little bit, as you said earlier. But I mean, the attacks on display are up to the top standard, to be honest. But it's just going to be who buckles first in that defence. Like you said, Chelsea have had some mistakes already.
Yeah, but Chelsea have definitely had some mistakes then, but they've also shown that they can get behind this Atletico Madrid defence. But I get the feeling whoever scores the first goal, whether that be Atletico Madrid or Chelsea, whoever scores that goal, you might see them drop back and just trying to hold the lead. Because Chelsea are now kind of probing outside the Atletico Madrid box, and there's looks like 8 players, maybe 7 or 8 players in the box wearing Atletico Madrid shirts. So they really are. Well, that's what they like to do. They're defending numbers. They are a very, very frustrating team to play against. But again, it works for them. So don't fix it if it ain't broke. I think that's the way.
Oh, wow. Lovely speed shown there on the right hand side. He just sped past Alphonso Davies of all people. Number 29. Who's that? Who's number 29?
Immobile goes
Lazari.
down. And no penalty. To be honest, there was contact in the box. Sorry for interrupting, by the way. Contact in the box on Timo Werner. Kind of gets pulled back, but I think he went down a little bit easy, and the referee didn't fall for it. Whereas I think in the Prem, you might have seen a 10-minute VAR review there.
Lewandowski on the left-hand side tries to pull it back for Sané. Tried the flick, similar to Mateta's goal yesterday, if you saw it. He tried to do that, but of course only John-Philippe Mateta can do that. And unfortunately, it goes straight into the hands of Pepe Reina. No problem on interrupting. Just do it whenever, because the chances are more important than me rambling on about shit. But Lazari it was, who absolutely sped past Alphonso Davies of all people. Put in the worst cross of his career, but the fact that he sped past Alphonso Davies is just upset. Lazio now might get their first chance, but Nicolas Sula of all people sprinting back to clear that.
Sounds like both games have had their fair share of chances so far. Exciting games so far. The first 18 minutes have flown by. I don't know about you.
Yeah, which is good to see.
Oh, that's a terrible ball. Straight to Timo Werner. He's Marcus Alonso now. He's already in the middle of the park, Marcus Alonso. See what he does with it. But again, Atletico Madrid, they regroup quickly. They get numbers behind the ball. And the counter-attack is slowed down there.
Did the VAR check the Werner potential penalty?
No, the referee just completely waved it off. But what I was saying, if that was
Lazio, ball into the box, cleared away by Sula. Not fully cleared though. Immobile takes two chests. Oh, takes around two people back in Correa. Is that a penalty? And it's put wide in the end by, I have no idea who. Number 4. I don't know the Lazio team. Number 4 is Patrick, but I'm not quite sure what the referee's given here. Of course, I am watching without sound. Someone got absolutely wiped out on the edge of the box. I think it was Correa as he went through. Sula clears it, hits the head of Kimmich, bounces down. Correa takes 2 touches and then gets absolutely clashed by Boateng. I think it might have been given offside against Patrick, who eventually puts the ball wide. Yeah, offside given, but a massive let-off for Bayern Munich there. Had a little bit of a defensive calamity of their own. And Lazio coming forward again. Your mate Lucas Leiva.
What a player, Lucas Leiva.
There's some former Liverpool legends on this pitch. I've just realised there's Luis Alberto and Lucas Leiva.
I mean...
And Pepe Reina.
And Pepe Reina, of course, yeah. I mean, who I thought was sold off at Liverpool very, very harshly. He was discarded for Samu and Miller by Brendan Rodgers. But yeah, in terms of Luis Alberto's on Liverpool, I just don't think he was given enough time. I think they bought him the summer they sold Suarez. He was given a few seasons, but I never saw him get any first-team action. I think they gave up on him pretty quickly. But Lucas Leiva, he was a brilliant servant for Liverpool. I mean, even during the dark days of like the Roy Hodgson era, Lucas Leiva was still one of the most consistent players in the team, and still one of those players that, you know, tell him to play centre back, CDM, or play anywhere, they'll put a shift in.
Well, you could use him these days.
He could, bloody hell, be one of his best players at this point. He'd definitely be starting at centre back for us.
But yeah, Luis Alberto has gone to Lazio and kind of made a name for himself. He's turned into one of their best players, to be honest. He's always consistent. He looks good on the ball, of course. He got in Team of the Year last year for the Serie A as well. So I mean, he must be doing something right over there. Like you said, maybe he was written off too soon at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's always had a talent because Liverpool bought him from Barcelona B. So you know, you're not going to be a crap prospect if you're playing for Barcelona B. But yeah, one of them. I think the way that it comes now with these big transfers, I think youth players or younger players can just kind of come and go, but it means they can then create a bigger name for themselves at other clubs. So, you know, fair play to him for becoming the player he is at Lazio. I think it's like he's found a home there. Yeah,
Kyle has said Werner to me blatantly dived to try and win the bet. The pen should have been booked. What do you think about that?
Well, I thought he went down pretty easily. I think he's gone down after he's felt the contact, and like I said, maybe in the Prem that he gets given. Because obviously we know in the Prem the referee's so dodgy, and I said there'd probably be a 10-minute VAR review. In competitions like the Champions League, the referees are much more stubborn, and the referee said you need to get straight back up. You know, there was no review or anything like that. But yeah, I can see what Werner trying to do, but I agree, he went down pretty easily.
Yeah, which is I'm not gonna lie, which is something that I see Timo Werner do quite a bit.
He does seem to hit the deck pretty easily. I remember against Liverpool when we played him early. I think it was in the second game of the season. When I actually came around to the house to watch it, that Liverpool did like a highlights package of of the Chelsea-Liverpool game, and obviously there were no crowd noise. And every time Werner went down, you just hear like this random screeching noise that he makes, as if he's being sniped from the crowd.
Yeah. But Lazio have kind of come into this game in the last couple of minutes or so. They're getting a little bit more on the ball. But, I mean, as I say that, Musiala tries to play a ball over the top to Coman, and he's been quite decent so far, Musiala. He's settled into the centre of the park quite well, of course. He is the one playing behind Lewandowski. Goretzka's one playing alongside, who's the other midfielder? Kimmich in midfield. And Lazio continuing to pass out from the back, which has worked for him so far because they've beaten the press, and Luis Alberto and Joaquin Correa in the middle of the park tries to get away from a few bodies. It's going to come back to Lucas, and he's going to give the ball away.
And it's a huge shame, like I said, for Lazio, because they sound like they've obviously, despite being 1-0 down, and despite maybe, giving a few chances to Bayern, they played decent with a bit of confidence, but that's a silly error. Mustachio's put them 1-0 down. Is that a foul? Yeah, he was going to give that all day long. Thomas Lemar goes down on the tackle from Mason Mount, I believe.
Well, they're living dangerously again, Lazio. This playing out from the back, it's not quite working for them because they're getting past the first 2 men and then they're giving the ball away. And at the moment, Bayern Munich have just settled into that shape. They're all over Lazio. They're all inside the Lazio half, in fact. Even Boateng and Alaba, the two centre-backs. And here they come again, Bayern Munich. Lewandowski tries to do a swivel on the ball, but does lose it to Milinkovic-Savic. Lucas plays the ball forward, and now they can go with Joaquin Correa on the right-hand side. Holds off Kimmich, and Immobile does a 1-2 with Joaquin Correa. It could be a chance for Lazio here. Left-hand side, there's the run of Luis Alberto. He does find him. Luis Alberto opens his body up and tries to put it into the bottom corner, but in fact scuffs the shot, and it's an easy save for Manuel Neuer, but the best chance of the game for Lazio there.
Last couple of minutes or so, it's just kind of been Atletico Madrid recycling the ball. But again, the one thing I've noticed is both teams are pressing each other a lot. And I'm seeing a lot of mistakes on the ball from both sides, to be honest. But yeah, compared to how the game started, Chelsea definitely pushed out a lot more and creating a few more chances. But yeah, still no goals in this game. I've got a feeling there will be at least one, though, very, very soon.
Do you think we'll get a goal soon?
I don't know. Just in the attack now with Kovacic. Slides it through. Oh, what a tackle. They've still got it, though, with Max Alonso. Has a shot goal, and it's a good save from Oblak. I mean, it was kind of an easy save for him anyway. He always had it covered.
Lovely. Musiala, edge of the box, shoots, 2-0. That is a lovely goal from Bayern Munich. And he was put in the team by Hansi Flick instead of Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting. And he's done it. It's 2-0 to Bayern Munich. I got lost for words there, I'm not going to lie. But Musiala, the youngster, doubles Bayern Munich's lead and probably ends the tie. I'm not going to lie. The way that Lazio are playing, it might get worse for them.
The 2 away goals as well. It means Lazio would have to go and score 2 away from home, which, with the way it sounded that game, it's probably going to be very unlikely.
Yeah, and the European champions flexing their muscles massively. It's a lovely goal from Bayern Munich. It's just Alphonso Davies, a couple of step overs, gets past Luis Alberto, puts it to Goretzka, a little dink past 2 players, and Musiala on the edge of the box takes 1 touch to get it out of his feet, and then bang, bottom corner with his right foot. It's a really good goal from Bayern Munich, and yeah, I think flexing their muscles is probably the best way to describe this game so far. Lazio, they need a goal probably in the first half, I'd say.
I think that like I said, the next goal in that game is huge, really. If you could buy and get it, Lazio might as well pack the bags and go at half time. Good ball into Giroud, he's blocked, cleared away, but Olivier Giroud there showing his aerial prowess and winning a diving header that was well blocked by the Atletico Madrid defence. But I'm just looking at the stats here. Chelsea have dominated the possession. They've had more passing Atletico Madrid. And it seems like, in these last 10 minutes or so, Atletico Madrid have kind of gone back into that normal style where they sit behind the ball and look to break on the counter-attack. But yeah, another chance for Chelsea. I believe Chelsea have just got a free kick. Correa and Max Alonso, who've been at each other all night, to be fair. Correa's been trying to get him behind Alonso. Alonso's been trying to get him behind Correa. It's been a good matchup so far. And they've won it high again of Chelsea with Giroud. And to be honest, Mason Mount's been very lively as well tonight. He's been all over the attacking third, trying to cause chances.
It was a half chance there for Lazio, their first real sight of goal apart from the Luis Alberto scuff. Milinkovic-Savic, edge of the area, tries to get out of his feet and just kicks it straight to Neuer. A little bit more direction, it might have ended up troubling the German goalkeeper, but nothing straight at him is going to trouble him. And Bayern Munich can come again with Musiala to Lewandowski. And I mean, it's a 2-on-2 at the moment, but Lewandowski gets swarmed by the 2 players and he's down. Still down on the pitch. which is not good. He needs to get up quickly. He's getting back up. Luckily for the Bayern fans, he's getting back up and he looks all right.
For a young player, it sounds like Musiala's definitely out of his depth tonight.
No, and I think Hansi Flick's put a lot of faith in him, because he could have easily gone with Choupo-Moting tonight or Mark Rocker and put Goretzka behind the striker. But I mean, every time Musiala plays, he seems to do something really good, and he's of course he's got the potential. Everyone sees that, and I mean that goal shows the potential. That finish was absolutely class.
See, hopefully, if he, I know he represents England at youth level, but he is born in Germany, so see what country he chooses to play for. But could possibly another prospect there for England.
Yeah, and I mean, with the golden age coming through right now, could have a good England career. But Lazio finally getting a little bit of the ball and coming forward as Immobile is absolutely hashed down by Jerome Boateng, and it's a free kick to Lazio. Oh, naughty challenge.
Chelsea, possibly.
That's a nasty challenge from Boateng. Just clipped his front of his boot, and he knew what he was doing. A lot of space on that right hand side for Lazio now with Lazzari, who's had Alphonso Davies's number a few times, but of course the scoreline is all that matters right now. Lazio with 2 attempts so far to Bayern Munich's 5. Could have probably had a few more Bayern Munich. Could have had a few more goals.
Chelsea
still come again. Oh, lovely defending.
That's it. Jorginho going to whip that one in first time. It's a poor ball given away. Suarez can win it, but Chelsea won it straight back again. Chelsea have been very, very lively tonight, especially from trying to win the ball back off Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, and a yellow card for Luis Alberto in there as well for the challenge on Alphonso Davies. Went studs up. Referee saw the danger. Went yellow card straight away. Not having none of it tonight, this ref.
Hudson-Odoi there trying to get him behind. I think it was Mason Mount playing the ball through, but yeah, kind of overhitting. It's gone out for a goal kick. 30 minutes now gone in this game. And so far, on the whole, I'd say Chelsea being the better side. I felt like Madrid started the better side, but Chelsea have kind of taken the game by the scruff of the neck, I think.
Yeah, and I think whoever gets whoever gets the first goal in that game, we'll probably see him sit back a little bit. Who's looking the more likely of the two to get the goal so far?
So far, it's definitely Chelsea. They've dominated the possession. They've had more passes, but this is what Atletico Madrid do. They don't mind doing it. They don't mind sitting back and trying to get on the break, because once Atletico Madrid get a set piece in a dangerous area, or they get men forward on the counter attack, like I said, and once they get that goal, they're happy to sit back. So I think Atletico Madrid, they won't be too annoyed that Chelsea have dominated the ball, because that's how Atletico Madrid approach every single game, really. But Chelsea will want to cash one of these chances in eventually and take the lead and try and force Atletico Madrid to go out and attack instead of just sitting back. Yeah,
and I think it'll be interesting when the first goal goes in. I'm going to say when, because there is going to be a goal in your game. I can predict it. When there's a goal in your game, it'll be interesting to see the shape of the two sides, as we've already said. But Lazio might actually get a chance to come forward now with Correa. No, they won't, because he's offside. Kind of been the story of the night for Lazio tonight. I mean, they've not started. They've not got out of the gates at all yet. And Immobile and Correa, normally so much chemistry between those two, normally the same wavelength. They're not at the moment. And I think there's a sub getting ready for Lazio as well. I think that's Lulic getting ready to come on. Nobody looks injured, so I think it's probably going to be a tactical change from Inzaghi, who's probably seen enough already. Jesus Christ.
Should I say another moment there, Atletico Madrid even just throwing the ball, and Chelsea harassing them straight away, winning the ball back. I just wonder how long they can keep this press up for, because they really are just winning the ball off Atletico Madrid in key areas.
I don't know what Nicolas Sula's had for tea today, but he is absolutely all over this Lazio right there. Left back, yeah.
I saw a report with Nicolas Sula, and he said that he's actually the fastest player in the entire Bayern Munich team.
Do you know what's weird? For someone who's so massive and built like a brick shithouse, he does move very quickly. And there's been times tonight where he's shown that. But yeah, the substitute has happened, Will. Musacchio's come off and Lulic has come on.
Wow. already.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, Inzaghi's probably seen enough of Musacchio for the first goal, and I mean, he didn't really do anything right after that. I mean, he's probably, his confidence is probably shot, and Lulic is of course a left mid, so maybe they're abandoning that formation that they were using before.
And maybe they just want to try and, like I said, it's not working whatever they're doing. Maybe try and just offer a bit more going forward as well against Bayern Munich, because they know that they're going to concede more goals anyway. Why not try and score a goal and make the tie interesting?
Oh, Musiala, lovely there to get away from a few bodies. Nice little roulette that he did to get away from a few bodies. When does Sheff Wednesday play? Will they play tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow, Lord, yeah.
Yeah, because I know there were a lot of EFL games today that went on.
Yeah, I know this was one on Sky. I know Wednesday playing. They're away at Brentford, so I wouldn't expect a result there, to be honest.
That's a tough game.
Very tough game, and I mean, I know they are quite a few points behind Norwich, who seem like they're going to be going straight back up. But they're still, obviously, when you look at Wednesday right now, they're just a team who just so inconsistent, and I could see probably like a 3-0, 4-0 win for Brentford, a comfortable win.
Yeah, especially after you got beat by was it Stoke at the weekend?
Stoke was Stoke midweek. Stephen Fletcher scored. The former Wednesday man scored and celebrated, showing all that respect. But yeah, they lost to Stoke, and they also lost to Birmingham as well, who were just a place behind them. So that was a sucker punch, really, because that's a game you needed to win. And unfortunately, they took the L, and now they're 3 points off safety again, but it's not looking very good. I mean, Wednesday and Rotherham, they're both 22nd and 23rd in the league, so hopefully they both don't go down as well, because I know Josh is a big Rotherham fan. They're in behind, Ian Suarez just kind of give up on the pass, but too much on the pass. I think it was from Correa, who's been very, very lively tonight. Madrid tries to clip it over the top for Suarez, but just kind of out of reach. It was actually Lamar with the ball over the top.
Yeah, and Kyle's also said that I like Atletico Madrid as a team, but sometimes they're frustrating to watch as they're so defensive, especially when they go 1-0 up. But that's why they're a good team. I think that's that kind of emphasises the whole aspect of Diego Simeone as a manager. To be fair, I think that's why he's such a good manager, because he can defend those 1-0 leads. I think he's the master of defending the 1-goal lead.
He is, and like I said, every player knows their role in this team. They know what Simeone wants. It's nothing new to them. And they just, each player is just so switched on almost. Like, they never seem to have that lapse in concentration. And it's pretty incredible, really, because I don't think there's a side in Europe that's kind of refined at defending as they are. Although it can be boring, it works for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, and there might be a chance for Lazio right now, because they've got a 4-on-4. Luis Alberto's ball out to Lazzari is not a good one. It's too close to Manuel Neuer, who just sort of like a frog flip to throw the ball to Alphonso Davies after that. Proper leaps in front of himself and throws the ball up to Alphonso Davies. An unorthodox way of throwing the ball. But the ball forward to Lewandowski is going to come to the edge of the area for Leroy Sané. Thought about the first time shot. Takes it past one, and Luis Alberto back there to do some good defending. But Milinkovic-Savic lost it on the edge of the area. And I mean, at the moment, Bayern Munich's players, 10 men inside the Lazio half. I mean, I won't put it past Neuer to come and join in the playing it around the back that Bayern Munich are doing at the moment.
He's one of them players, isn't he, that he's probably that good with his feet that he could probably play midfield, maybe. Oh,
yeah. I think there's him and Edison, probably the ones that could come out and play outfield.
And maybe Alisson, apart from the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Which I prefer not to speak about.
No, but genuinely, the one against Leicester, what was going through his mind then? Because Kabak had the ball, he could have cleared it easily or took it down or whatever. He just came out of nowhere, didn't he? And just absolutely wiped him out.
I don't even know what I was watching that game, to be honest.
Oh, what a save!
When we took the lead, it was like phenomenal. A really good goal from Salah, good link-up play from Bobby. And all of a sudden, a blink and we're 3-1 down, and it's kind of like, what on earth have I just witnessed? I mean, free kick was a bit iffy. Whether they're offside or not, I'm kind of, you know my stance on VAR anyway, and the referees in this league. Yeah. But yeah, the second goal, I think it's just a lack of trust that Alisson might have had in Kabak. I think if that's Van Dijk, Alisson's staying on his line, but maybe just didn't trust Kabak being a new centre back, and a ball in behind there by Jorginho, looking for Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's another player who's got him behind quite a lot tonight, and he just once again just out of his reach, and it's gone out for another goal kick. But yeah, I think just the lack of trust. Kabak was a new signing. He's still a young kid, still learning. I think Alisson probably didn't trust him, but at the end of the day, you've got to have confidence in all your teammates. And it was just one of those moments where Alisson had a rush of blood, and very unlike him, just a stupid mistake.
When's the 2 legs of last week's games, guys?
3 weeks, aren't they? 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I think they're a few weeks away, Daz. But yeah, I think that Kabak struggled a little bit.
He has struggled, but to be honest, I didn't expect him to come in and transform the defence almost like a Van Dijk has, because he's come from Schalke, who are arguably one of the worst sides in Europe right now, in terms of defending as well. And he's a 20-year-old kid. He's going into a makeshift defence, a team that's low on confidence.
What is that?
He'll do better to come good anyway.
So, sorry about that. That was awful. I mean, he's offside. I think it's Immobile is offside when he gets the ball played through to him, and just a simple pass about 5 yards across has Correa in for a tap-in, and he just passes it straight to Jerome Boateng. I mean, it's not good enough from a player of his calibre.
Let's say from Oblak, but yeah, Timo Werner at the near post, left foot shot, well saved from Oblak, kind of smothers it away, and Atletico Madrid clear. But again, another chance for Chelsea against Atletico Madrid defense. Defense.
If he's in a Leipzig shirt, is he putting that away?
It's a tight angle, really. It really is a tight angle. He's done well to get it on target with his left foot, but Oblak just kind of parries it away. I mean, it's one of them. It's not one of those clear-cut opportunities where he's missed because he's low on confidence. It's a good strike. It's just a very good save from Oblak. It's kind of straight eye.
Yeah. This game's kind of gone a little bit quiet in the last 10 or so minutes. We had a decent save from Pepe Reina, which was straight at him. But apart from that, it's gone a little bit stale.
That's the only problem in it with early goals. It can kind of kill the game off, where the team can kind of get a bit more, a bit more lackadaisical. Think, if we've got the 2-0 lead, we don't need to go out and keep pressing. We can just kind of sit back and hold us lead.
Yeah, I think a third goal would probably really kill the tie off. I'm not going to lie. The reverse fixture for this will be a bit shit if Bayern Munich win this by 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, but coming into the game, I think it's a result many people would have expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting Bayern Munich to kind of whitewash Lazio, of course. But I mean, there's still time. There's still the second half. Lazio just need to come out and give a good name for themselves. If they can nick a goal and take a 2-1 defeat or something, or a narrow defeat to, it won't be at the Allianz, but wherever the second leg is.
I don't understand all this, like playing different stadiums. What's it all about? COVID restrictions?
Well, I think it is. I think it's something to do with the government not allowing people from different countries into their country.
Alonso, that's a really good ball in. It's come to Mason Mount. Oh, what's he doing? Well, Chelsea again. They've tried these like long diagonal balls all night, and they've been coming off for the most part. And this one finds Marcus Alonso. It's a phenomenal cross from Alonso. He whips it right round to the back post. Mason Mount, he can bring it down, he can have a shot, but instead he tries to first time flip it into the path of Giroud, and it flies right over the bar. It's another wasted opportunity for Chelsea. I think he got caught in two minds there. Mason. It's a shame.
Well, it's still not cleared. And now it is. Now it is. I mean, Lazio, in the space of about a minute, had two decent opportunities.
Correa puts it into the middle. Suarez! Oh, he fell over. This is end-to-end stuff here in this game. And now Giroud's got it. He's holding the ball up. He's lost it. He's won it back, though. He's lost it again. But, chance there for Atletico Madrid. Correa gets in behind again of Alonso. Like I said, Alonso and Correa, they've been going at each other tonight. And he gets it into the middle. Suarez, as he's about to shoot on the volley, he falls over, and Mendy can smother it away.
Oh, Nicolas Sula is... Why is he turning into prime Pele? He just looks so naturally gifted with his feet tonight. I don't know what the bloody hell Andy Flick's injected him with, but at the moment he's probably the best player on the pitch. Coleman tries to dink one into the back stick for, I think it was Goretzka and Lewandowski making a run at the back post, but it's going to go over them and out for a goal kick. But the chances for Lazio were there. They had a little pullback to Immobile. He's about 5 or 6 yards out. Someone dives in front of the ball to put it out for a corner. And then from the resulting corner, it's whipped in right under the bar, one of those dangerous corners. One of the ones that normally James Ward-Prowse would put in right under the goalkeeper. And Neuer just parries it up into the air and the header back across. There's just nobody there for Lazio. If there was, it's easily 2-1. But it might be 2-1 now. They've got a decent opportunity with Lulic, who pulls one back to Correa, who leaves it for Luis Alberto, and it was probably the wrong option. He should have just put his foot through it, and he would have probably scored. But no, still 2-0. Oh, now Lazio have given the ball away to Kingsley Coman, and the speed of Coman has got Bayern Munich in for a 2-on-2, and it's Kingsley Coman up against the defence. He's taking it wide, taking it back onto his left foot. Kingsley Coman, brilliant save. Leroy Sané, it's 3-0. And that is probably tie over. And it's another mistake from Lazio again. I don't know who it is who got caught in possession of the ball, but Kingsley Coman, he absolutely sped away down the left-hand side, leaving nobody. It's about 2 Lazio players leave the ball for each other, and one just kicks it up into the air. And Kingsley Coman, you know how quick he is, Will, just absolutely blitzed it down the left-hand side of the pitch. He gets into the box, possibly gets caught in 2 minds, cuts back onto his right foot, has the shot. Good save by Pepe Reina, but I mean, Leroy Sané is there for the tapping, and my boy's on the score sheet. This ties over.
It sounds it in, but he just from what I'm hearing, it's like Bayern going forward. They're just absolutely electric, aren't they? There's just not many teams in the world that can handle what they do. And like you say, your boy Leroy Sané scored, and I'm happy that he's no longer a Manchester City player because, you know, God forbid he would be at Man City this season, making the squad even more ridiculous. But I'm happy he's playing for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many teams. There might be a chance for Lazio. Jacking Craze in the box, takes it past one, goes for the shot, pulls it back, and it's cleared down for a corner by Alaba. This has been a very, very end-to-end game in the last 10 or so minutes, I'd say. I mean, Lazio did get them. I mean, if that goal doesn't go in, I think it's a very interesting second half. But now, it's a very tough task for Lazio because I think they need to at least get 2 to have something to go into in the second leg. Because I mean, they're not going to stop Bayern Munich scoring in the second leg.
That's the thing. It's Lazio have got to go for it in the second leg and even the second half of this game. But the more you push forward, the more you go for it, the more you leave more gaps open for Bayern Munich to just get even more goals. So again, Lazio, they're in such a tough spot. And the one thing they would have said to themselves before the game, let's not let the game get away from us in the first half, and that's exactly what's happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's similar to Leipzig in a certain aspect because it's been there.
Chelsea on the left side, Mason Mount puts into the box. Lovely 1-2s there with Hudson-Odoi. It's eventually diverted behind for a Chelsea corner. But yeah, this has been a positive display so far from Chelsea. They're playing some really nice football, playing some lovely 1-2s, and I think that was Saul that's blocked out for a corner to Chelsea. We're about 44 minutes into the second half, almost half time.
Yeah, even though your game's 0-0, it doesn't sound like a bad game at all.
No, it's been a good game. It's been really entertaining. Both teams have had chances to score without a doubt, but we've got 1 minute additional time. I think we'll see this corner taken, and that could be half time here.
Well, we're still in the 44th minute, so I'm yet to see how much added time there'll be. I think there'll only be a minute or so, but I mean, that Leroy Sané goal's probably killed the tie off. And I mean, like you said, we might see Bayern Munich come out in the second half and not necessarily sit back, but take their foot off the gas a little bit and try to save some legs for the game against. I can't even remember who they've got to play at the weekend.
I'm not too sure myself, but I'll double check. Yeah, like you say, it's a chance for her to get a bit of extra rest in, really, isn't it? Well, they're at home to Cologne anyway, who I believe are struggling in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I mean, with all the injuries they've got as well, it might be an idea to just take some of the big players off. Take Lewandowski off at half-time or around the 60th minute mark. The game's finished. There's no point. Just defend the 3-0 lead now. No need to make silly mistakes or try and potentially get people injured.
And on that note, we've officially reached half-time in this game, 0-0. But it has been a very, very entertaining game. Both sides, like I said, having chances. It was Atletico Madrid in the first 5-10 minutes. So then Chelsea got their foot on the game and sat up on some good football. They've had a couple of chances with Werner and Mount. But as it stands, it's 0-0 at half-time. And I think Tuchel will be the happiest of the managers. But again, I don't think Simeone will be too pissed off because it's still 0-0 and the game's still obviously wide open for anybody's taking.
Yeah, we do have 1 minute of added time. We're in 28 seconds left of that, and Bayern Munich have got it inside Lazio's half again. Leroy Sané onto his right, takes it past 3 players onto the byline, faced up against another 2, pulls it back to Kimmich, edge of the area, who shoots. It's a save by Pepe Reina this time. But I mean, Leroy Sané there showing why he is so good. I mean, just dribbling inside and out of 3 or 4 players, pulling the ball back to Kimmich, who had a decent effort. But it's a good save by Pepe Reina, and that is half time.
I don't know about you, but I think that first half has flown by.
Yeah, it's been a good game. I mean, I know Bayern Munich have been dominant, but I mean, it's been a decent game to watch. And of course, I'm glad that Sané scored because I just love him, don't I?
Where did you where did you became a big fan of Leroy Sané? What was that down to?
I just liked him when he played for Schalke, and then we were linked with him the same summer that City were linked with him.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, for
Liverpool were linked with him as well. To be fair,
yeah, I was like, for fuck's sake, when he signed for City, and then he was good, wasn't he, at Manchester City, especially in that season. That season when they won the league in 2017-18, him and Raheem Sterling were class.
Yeah, he was very, very good. I mean, I remember when we obviously played him at Anfield, he scored that great goal where he skinned Joe Gomez. And even when we beat them in the Champions League, even though we beat them 5-1 in aggregate, Sané was still that main threat, getting in behind, constantly causing problems. But I think that ACL injury really derailed it. Really derailed his career at City, really, didn't it? Which is a massive shame. But look, you move from City to Bayern, it's not the worst transfer in the world. You're still moving to a world-class club and a team that's looking like the favourites to retain their Champions League crown.
Yeah, and of course, not necessarily hit the ground running at Bayern Munich, but he's not doing bad by any sense of the imagination. But I think, Rowan, if you are watching, just calm down a little bit, mate. I know you have just conceded a last-minute goal in the 89th minute, potentially to lose. But, I mean, it's Barrow. They're 23rd in league. You normally lose these games anyway.
Ooh.
It's not been a good night for our lot, to be fair, because Hull are getting beat by Ipswich. Oldham are getting beat by Barrow. What are Rotherham doing? Rotherham are 0-0 with Forest. Of course, mine and your teams don't play tonight.
No. Obviously, Saturday was not a very good day after we lost the Derby to Everton, and that was one of the most infuriating games I've ever watched.
I mean, should we just talk about that for a second? Because I watched it, Josh watched it, Rowan were just bouncing about between our rooms while we watched it. Well, the thing is for me is, I could have thought Everton would win because it's just Everton and they're just so shithouse right now that they can play awful and still win, or play awful and still salvage a point, which is what they did against Man United. They had 3 shots on target and scored 3 goals, and it was kind of a similar story in the derby, to be fair, because I mean Liverpool dominated the game, probably should have won it. I'm not gonna lie, and then it just kind of got away from you, didn't it?
Yeah, we're just shite, lad, aren't we? We're at this moment in time, we're just shit. It's just there's no way to describe it. You know, we're coming into games, we're not playing. We're playing all right. We're having chances, but we ain't taking them. And then at the back, we're just an absolute disaster. And I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Gary Neville. Obviously, being a United legend, he likes to troll Liverpool a lot, but he does speak a lot of sense at times. And he said that he feels like Liverpool have just they need to change the tactics or something, because I think the players are just sick of hearing the same message. You know, 3 years of just, you know, going for a Champions. You know, obviously 2018 they made the final of the Champions League, and the year after that they won the Champions League, got 97 points in the Prem. Then they won the Prem and got 99 points. It's been 3 years of non-stop running for Liverpool. I think fatigue is just they finally hit a wall, and it's one of them seasons, unfortunately, for them. But I think coming towards the end of the season now, top 4 is the main target. If you miss top 4, that's absolutely a disaster, because it affects on who you sign, it affects your financial stability and all that. I know Liverpool are far and away a team that's going to go under in terms of FFP. But you know, for a club like Liverpool who've got aspirations to win titles, you know, you can't bring in the players that you want. So whether Klopp changes tactics up from now to the end of the season, who knows? But we just need to find a way to win again. But it's been an awful season for all Liverpool fans involved.
Yeah, I think you're now feeling what I felt when we finished 7th, and we were getting beat at home by the likes of Newcastle and West Brom and those sort of teams. because we had David Moyes. Obviously, slightly different situation to Liverpool, but I mean the aspect's still the same. We were the champions, and then we were people. Well, especially in like 2013, when Man United played at home to the smaller sides, there was absolutely no chance that the other teams would have won. Do you know what I mean? In Fergie's day, there was absolutely no chance. So many people used to Man United just putting the small teams there, but then it kind of came a normality after that. Like there were just no surprise when people came to Old Trafford and won. And of course, Anfield's had that massive unbeaten spell broken, and you've seen a lot of losses in the last couple of games at Anfield. Do you think it could be a similar situation to what happened with Man United?
I mean, there's definitely comparisons you can draw from it. I think, like I said, injuries are having at Liverpool, but I don't like to use that as an excuse because I put it on Twitter earlier. You know, it's all right having like when you lose Van Dijk to injury, you're probably not going to challenge for the league just because that's how good he is. But it doesn't stop you from beating West Brom and Newcastle and Burnley and Brighton and teams like this and Fulham. You know, you should be beating those teams even without Van Dijk. So Liverpool just have not been good enough. But there's definitely comparisons you can draw without a doubt because, you know, Liverpool, I think it was May 2017 to obviously January 21st, 2021 when we were unbeaten at Anfield. And now we've lost 4 straight at Anfield. It's just a very, very strange time. For all Liverpool fans. I think having no fans in the stadium has affected us a lot. Where you look at a club like West Ham, for example, who probably play better without fans in the stadium. So yeah, but my stance on this season for Liverpool is get through the season. If you make top 4, I'm happy with that, and just get your players back from injury and just go again next season. You know, City were another team that kind of dropped off last year. When we went on to win the league, you know, they weren't themselves due to injuries as well. So it can happen to any club, really. But yeah, it's just one of them seasons that's been a bit crap, really. I mean, maybe I'm saying all this, but watch us go win the Champions League now and just completely make myself look like an idiot.
I mean, you'd like to make yourself look like an idiot. So I'm sure you'd like to win the Champions League again.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm kind of one of them. I'm trying to speak it into existence, even though it's probably ain't going to happen, unfortunately.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be playing on Thursday nights.
Which we might be next season. I mean, at this rate, mate, we could be out of Europe completely, which I think that's not been the case since 20, I believe it was 2017-16, when we finished 4th in the league. We just had the league to concentrate on. We weren't in Europe at all. But yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't want to see Liverpool in Europe. But whether it's Europa League or Champions League, I mean,
might be Europa Conference.
Europe, oh my word! I mean, it'd be a trophy. It'd be a trophy, but at the same time, it's one of them. You're taking a step back as a club, aren't you? Really, but
nobody wants to play on Thursday nights. I'm sorry to actually. Some teams probably would take playing on Thursday nights, but for mine and your club, we don't want to be playing on Thursday nights. Do we? We want to be playing Tuesday, Wednesday.
Exactly. It's not ideal. You don't want to be. You don't want to be on Thursday night Channel 5, do you? I know.
Oh God. Well, we are unfortunately on Thursday nights, not on Channel 5 on BT, but yeah, me and Rowan will be doing the watchalongs for the Leicester Slavia and Man United Sociedad reverse fixtures on Thursday about 8 o'clock after the goal show's been on. So make sure you do tune in for that. Of course, we do have the website, which is thesports-corner.com. Make sure you check that out. We had an article go up today about En-Nesyri, the West Ham target. Of course, will West Ham your challengers for top 4 this season?
They are, mate. And to be honest, the West Ham, they're one of them teams that I think they've kind of like a breath of fresh air. I think you can get that phrase out. Yeah, they've been a team that, when you look at West Ham's squad and on the whole, they've had some good players in the past. They've never managed to make it work, but they've managed to get it all together this season and contending for Europe. And if they do make UCL, fair play to them. I hope they don't, because we need to jump ahead of them. But you know, if they got a player like En-Nesyri, who's been brilliant this season for Sevilla in the Liga and obviously Champions League in Europa last season when they won the cup. So I think it'd be a positive, very, very positive sign for West Ham, and you know, they can attract the big players, because at the end of the day they are a big club, and getting into Europe can only help them. Yeah,
so make sure you go check out the website. Of course, we had another article go up which I wrote myself. 5 biggest transfer flops. I'm thinking of doing another one, and I'm doing a Ridley Baku piece as we speak. Well, I say as we speak. I'll get back on with that after this. Ridley Baku, best right back in the world, of course. The Twitter is @_top corner. The Instagram, it's not on here, but I think it is the _sports corner_ on Instagram. Now I've probably hash that massively. But yeah, do follow us on the socials and stuff to keep up to date with what's going on the website and what's going on the channel. Of course, we've got the Watchalong tomorrow, Gladbach, Manchester City, and who's the other game? Atlanta, Real Madrid tomorrow. Same time that me and Will went live, about 7:50, with Josh and Kieren tomorrow. So, and sorry, Kyle, I've completely missed these comments. Apologies. 9th to 10th match for last week, 16-17 match for this week. So this is the Champions League reverse legs. So about 2 weeks for the last week's legs. And Leeds did beat Southampton 3-0. Will, what do you think about that? Of course, well, that game was going on. That game finished, just as we started. So we haven't really had time to react to that.
Yeah, I know we were both watching it, both talking on the chat about it, and great performance from Leeds. I mean, Southampton of recent, they've been struggling a lot, but yeah, Leeds look really, really good going forward, and they've got some players in there like the likes of Bamford, who I just didn't think he'd translate to the Premier League. Well, he's proved me completely wrong. You got players like Stuart Dallas, who just seem to play everywhere, and Rafinha, I think, had a phenomenal game. Scored that brilliant free kick, and he was just kind of. I mean, he had Bednarek's pants down all game. I don't know what you thought, but he were running past him all game long. But a great win for Leeds, who are now only 5 points behind us, so they could be challenging.
Yeah, they could be, of course, and that was their game in hand that they had a few people. But another team that's got a few games down is Aston Villa, Will. And if they were to win both their games in hand, they would also go above you in the league. So you'd be down to 7th. Welcome to the club, honestly.
I don't want to talk about it.
We've got Chelsea at week, and I'm actually kind of shitting myself for that game because
I think that'd be a good game. What did you think of the when you played Chelsea the first time? Obviously, it was a 0-0 draw, wasn't it?
We should have won. We should have won. I mean, we didn't have. Of course, Cavani was just finding fitness when we played Chelsea. We didn't have Martial, even though he's been really shit this season. We didn't have Martial. We didn't have a few of our midfield options. We didn't have Pogba. We don't have Pogba again this time. We've actually only got 3 fit midfielders at the moment, which is a problem. And those 3 fit midfielders are Fred, Matic, and Fernandes. So, I mean, it's massive. The last game, it was a shit game. There's no denying that, but we should have won it. I mean, Edward Mendy probably had his best game in a Chelsea.
I was about to say, the only thing I remember from that game vividly is that chance at the end where Rashford kind of whipped across it and Mendy tipped around the post with an unbelievable save. Yeah,
Chelsea had no in the game at all. I mean, they were pretty shit, to be honest. But it's a different Chelsea now. I think they're a lot more organised, of course. Thomas Tuchel, experienced manager. It'll be a good test for Ollie. But I think we'll get over the line. I'm not going to lie. I think we will beat him. We need to beat him. Enough said. We need to beat him.
You need to beat him to help us out as well, because we're another team that are above us. It feels like everybody's above us at this point. You know, we're playing Sheffield United. Billy Sharp will score winner. They'll be above us soon.
If Silly Bart scores a winner against you, I'm going to go crazy.
I can just see it now. Maybe 1-0 Liverpool. It should be 5-0. We're not taking any chances, and Billy Sharp is after Kabak runs into Alisson, and Alisson has to bring down Billy Sharp.
I mean, the joys of being a football fan. When it's going bad, it's going bad, like really bad. But when it's going good, it's obviously you're at the top, like you've been for a few seasons now.
Yeah, it isn't. You know, the club needs you the most, and they need the fans the most when the times are tough. I know. I sound like I'm being a bit corny by saying times are tough for Liverpool because they're 6th in the Premier League. I understand that people support clubs that are in a much worse state, but you've got to take into account clubs have different objectives than others, and yeah, just one of them. It's a bit crap for us at the minute, but I can't complain because I've seen my team win a UCL and a Premier League back to back, which not many fans get to see in their lifetime, really.
I've seen my team in the UCL the last 6 years, bloody twice, I think, and we've bottled it in the first round both times. So I mean, we got to quarters last year.
You beat PSG as well, didn't you? In the 16.
That was probably one of my more recently. That was probably one of the best footballing memories I've got of recent time.
But you got to see the KD Butlins got to see.
That's probably one of my best football memories. I'm not going to lie. The win against Chelsea in the rain in Moscow. Of course, little KD at Butlins was absolutely was beefing his eyes out when Ronaldo missed his penalty. But when when Van der Sar saved Anelka's penalty, there was major limbs. No, when Terry slipped over, there was major limbs.
Laughing at Jon Terry.
I wasn't laughing. I was like up and bouncing about, cheering.
To be fair, obviously before Liverpool had their recent success, the only trophy I'd seen Liverpool win was the 2012 Carling Cup against Cardiff. And one of them games that it went to extra time, Dirk outscored, it were up limbs. And then Cardiff scored in 28th minute of extra time. I'm thinking we're going to lose this. And then out of nowhere, Anthony Gerrard puts his penalty wide for Cardiff. It's absolute limbs. We've won the Carling Cup under King Kenny Dalglish. Great times, but we've just kicked off for the second half. I don't know about you.
No, they're sorting the nets out for us. I'm not sure why they took them down, but they're sorting them back out for the second half.
It's PK. He's trying to steal in the nets again, like he always does. Suarez has won a free kick there. Suarez won a free kick there for Christensen. Christensen went it for the header, and Suarez appealed that he got hit on the head. There's obviously nothing wrong with him, but Suarez being Suarez is going to try and win every single free kick he possibly can.
Yeah, that's just.
Oh, that was a dodgy header. Oh, another long ball over the top from Atletico Madrid there, and I thought Christensen for a second won the header, and he kind of like didn't put enough power on it, and Suarez could run to it, but Suarez opted to leave it, and it's gone out for an Atletico Madrid corner. 46 minutes in, both teams are unchanged, I believe. So no subs so far for either side.
I think I missed his comment earlier from Daz. He said we play Chelsea next week on Wednesday on Sky. Yeah,
we do, mate, and it's a huge game, a massive game. Obviously, all focus on the Sheffield United game for now because we play them on the Sunday, 7:15, so it's the late game on the Sunday. But it's a huge game. If we want to still be in contention for top four, it's a must win, because if we lose that game, we could see the rest of the pack run away with it.
Oh, well, there's a chance already for Bayern Munich, and it's Leroy Sané who's 1-on-2 against the defenders. He's wide left. The cutback, he's not good, but he's still got his way past his man. Ball to the back post. It's put into his own net. Oh my God, it's not a good start to the second half for Lazio. It's 4-0 to Bayern Munich, and it's Leroy Sané's cross. I think it's turned in by a Serbi. I'm not quite sure. Again, I don't know the Lazio players. It is a Serbi who's got an own goal. It's 4-0 Bayern Munich, and the second half starts as the first half ended.
I mean, I said earlier the worst case scenario for Lazio was don't concede stupid goals. And now the message will have been, let's not concede early. And they've just conceded early.
It's from nothing as well. It's from their own corner. It breaks to Kingsley Coman, and he puts a long ball through, and Leroy Sané is always going to get onto the end of it. The cutback was questionable because I thought Patrick would have got it back from him. And he just puts a ball across the box looking for Alphonso Davies, who's at the back stick, and it's just put into his own net by a Cherby who gets his legs tangled up. And Bayern Munich, I said the game was over before. Now it is definitely all over. It's 4-0 to the European champions. And I mean, I'm hogging all the goals here, Will, mate. I do apologise.
Oh, no, it's no worries, pal. I mean, your game it sounds like it's been very, very entertaining. Kind of more one-sided affair. But yeah, this game's been entertaining, but obviously no goals so far. And look at Suarez there, man. That is typical Luis Suarez. I'll just describe what's happened to you right quickly. So that I thought Madrid had a throw-in. Suarez has gone to win it short. Azpilicueta's like chasing him. Suarez like jumps back into Azpilicueta and then goes down and says he's being fouled again. I mean, I know he's a complete shithouse, is Suarez, but being a former Liverpool fan, I do just love to watch him, win these stupid free kicks. I don't know how he gets away with it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's just the type of player that he is, isn't it?
And now he's gone down again. He's gone down holding his leg. I think he's probably got a dead leg from Hudson-Odoi tackling him. But honestly, you'd have thought someone had shot him really in the leg, the way he's gone down.
I've just seen that goal again, and I mean, it's just comedy defending. I mean, it's been comedy defending all night from Lazio. They've just not been switched on at all.
I mean, it's like we said, Bayern are just so good going forward. The one thing you want to do is get in your own way and cause your own problems. It makes it even harder for yourself. But what did Acerbi do? Did he try and clear it, or did it just hit him and go in? He
kind of he was facing his own goals. The ball's come in, and I think he just kind of got caught in two minds whether to just boot it out or try and boot it over the bar, and he just kind of flicked it into the back of net on his own. It's difficult to describe because it was just such a weird motion, but I mean, end of the day, ball's in back at net. It's 4-0 Bayern Munich, and it's an own goal nevertheless. And Lazio now coming forward with Luis Alberto to Correa. might get a shooting opportunity here. He has worked the shooting opportunity and he scored.
Wow.
And Joaquin Correa puts Lazio right back in the. Well, I say right back in the tie. They're not, but they've got a goal nevertheless to represent their potential comeback. Am I right saying that, Will?
I mean, if you get another one in Vladimir Spincer-esque, bang it into the bottom corner. But like I say, at least they've got a goal. I remember I watched a Lazio game on one of the watchalongs when they were in the group stage, and Joaquin Correa was kind of the standout guy for them. He scored on the night for him, and he's a quality player. But yeah, like I say, at least they've got something on the score sheet. Whether it's probably going to be a mere consolation at this point.
Yeah, and I'm hogging the goals. I do apologise. I've got 5 in my game to your 0, but we did think that Atletico Madrid Chelsea would probably have 0 goals.
Yeah, I think we agreed on it before the game. When you look at Lazio Bayern, it were always one of them games that had goals just because of the attacking prowess of both sides and obviously the way Bayern like to attack. But this game, it's been what I expected, really, a tight encounter where both sides. Well, I'd say Chelsea are trying to go for it more than Atletico Madrid are, but we know Atletico play. They like to defend, and 0-0 tonight. I don't think they'd be too disappointed with that result, to be honest, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I think unlike this tie that I'm watching, that tie will definitely be decided in the second leg.
Yeah.
Whereas this is probably over. Even though it is 4-1, it's probably over. However, Josh has put comeback is on 4-4 incoming.
Imagine the limbs.
To be fair, but that would be awesome.
A few years ago, it was Barcelona beating Roma 4-1 won it at the Nou Camp, and out of nowhere, Roma win the second leg 3-0 and go through. Yeah,
but I think that obviously Bayern Munich have got 4 away goals though, so it's a difficult thing for Lazio to get 4 away goals.
That's the thing, and it's kind of the complete other way around, and that's an awful clearance there from Mendy. Again, he's got no pressure on the ball, and he just kicks it straight out for a throw in. A terrible, terrible clearance. But he hasn't looked very comfortable tonight, I will say, Mendy, with the ball at his feet. He has struggled quite often. This is now good defending from Marcos Alonso again. There, he's played pretty well tonight. Who I don't know about you, but when Tuchel took the job and he benched Chilwell, I thought we were just kind of resting Chilwell, but it looks like Marcos Alonso is his favoured left back in this system.
I think that's happened quite a few times. Like with, of course, before Frank Lampard. I can't necessarily remember who was in charge, but
Mason Mount.
They kind of like they used Marcos Alonso and got rid of him.
Sorry for interrupting. Timo Werner was in behind again, but it was a brilliant clearance from Felipe. But what were you going to say? Sorry.
I can't remember who the manager was before Frank Lampard, but they kind of used Marcos Alonso a lot more, and then kind of towards the back end of that manager's spell, they stopped using Marcos Alonso, and then when Cesc Fabregas, Frank Lampard came in. I'm just going to stop because Lazio were in again. It's to Immobile, edge of the area. Back to Correa, who tries to curl one, and Neuer has to make the save. Back to Lazari, who's got his back to the goal, and I think this is probably going to be cleared away. No, Alphonso Davies' tackle. Loose ball comes to Milinkovic-Savic, who tries the bender, and it's an awful shot, I'm not going to lie. It's well over the top. I'm just seeing the replay. Luis Alberto absolutely sells Jerome Boateng a bloody house. Honestly, you'd think he would Dion Dublin the way he sold him the house. I think there's another sub for Lazio. Yeah, Lucas Leiva's coming off. Gonzalo Escalante is coming on. You all right?
Yeah, I just can't. Like I said, can't imagine Dion Dublin homes under the hammer trap for your house. You just won't be able to take it seriously.
And Wesley Hoots come on for Patrick as well. Is it Patrick? Is it Patrick? I no idea. Patrick, that's his name.
But yeah, I was just going to say Mason Mount went down with an injury. But the referee decided not to blow the whistle, and now Mason Mount is up and all right. I think it might have just been a bit of cramp or something. But yeah, you were saying about Marcos Alonso with Sarri.
That's who it was. It was Maurizio Sarri. Towards the end of Sarri's reign, didn't quite use him as much. And then as soon as Frank Lampard came in, you saw him get put back into the side and have a little bit of an impact, of course, and then got kind of shipped out of the side again. And then now that Tuchel's back, he's been put back into the side. Yeah. It's a weird one with Marcos Alonso because he seems to, whenever he plays, he seems to score.
Yeah, he seems to make a lot of impact. I think he's one of those left backs who's very very good technically. Like he's a good set piece taker. Likes to whip a crossing. But I think he just kind of fits Tuchel's style better than Chil maybe does. But again, Chilwell paid £50 million for him.
Yeah,
From Leicester, but I mean, at least they've got the very good squad depth there. But I remember, I think Maurizio Sarri in general, I thought he lost his job very harshly because he got third in the league. He won the Europa League with them and lost his job. I mean, at the end of the day, what else does he need to do, really?
Yeah, of course. He's probably just got sacked for running the bill on the cigarettes he was smoking.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, there were rumours that were going to build like a place from smoking cigs while they were on sideline, which would have been absolutely incredible if it was true. But a chance there for Atletico Madrid, the ball's whipped in again by Correa, who's been, I've said it many times, he's been very, very lively tonight. Into Suarez, but the shot's well blocked. Corner balls Atletico Madrid. I'm hoping we can see a goal soon because both teams have been going at it, but unfortunately it's still 0-0 as it stands. 56 minutes in the game. Yeah,
Lazio have done well. They've obviously done better this second half because they've scored. But I mean, they were on top just before this passage of play, and Bayern Munich just knocking it around, kind of taking the sting out of the game, taking the tempo out of Lazio's game. But just before that, they had a few pieces of play just inside Bayern Munich's half, promising from Lazio. And like you said, if they get another goal, there's a lot of potential, and they might have this here. Immobile's in, and Immobile shoots, and it's blocked by Jerome Boateng out for the corner though. But the ball in behind at the moment, it's got Alaba and Boateng. He's got their number at the moment.
It seems like in this second half seems to be a lot more threat going forward from Lazio, and if Immobile gets a chance at goal, let's just put it away really because we know how clinical he is as a striker.
Yeah, and they've obviously just brought Wesley Hoot on, the former Southampton man. Dangerous in the air. The corner's going to be put in by Luis Alberto. It's to the back stick. It's not a good corner. It's taken down by Immobile out of play. Yeah, not a good corner. Needs to get into that area where all the big boys are, and try and get a header on goal to force something. But I'm just seeing that save back from Neuer. The shot from Correa, literally about 2 minutes after he'd scored. It was a good effort, but a decent save by Manuel Neuer. But in your game, Will, any other chances that we've missed?
Not too much, but I feel like we're coming on the attack now. João Felix puts it in behind to Thomas Lemar. Lemar down left-hand side, puts it into the middle of the area. Good clearance by Azpilicueta, and João Felix tried an acrobatic effort well over the bar. I don't know what he's attempting there, but again, why not have a shot on goal? But yeah, Atletico Madrid caught Chelsea in the break there. They defended it pretty well, and a chance goes to waste by João Felix. But yeah, the second half, it's not been as lively as the first. Chelsea's still probably the team looking better going forward, but I wouldn't say they're miles ahead of Atletico Madrid dominating this game because Atletico Madrid have still had their chances themselves despite parking the bus for the majority of this game.
Yeah, there's a yellow card in there for Correa, I think it was, who kind of just slipped in, lost his footing as he tried to poke the ball through, but instead ended up taking out Boateng.
Corner to Chelsea. Callum Hudson-Odoi again. Jorginho he's been trying to pick him out in behind a lot this game, and that one found him, but his cross was blocked by Lemar. Lamar's been playing. He's been up and down the left hand side. He's also dropped into defence sometimes. He's got a big duty tonight, Lemar. Same with Correa. They've been almost playing right back and right mid the way so far in this game. They've been tracking back a lot, but corner for Chelsea. The referee's having a word with, I think it's Azpilicueta and Savic who've been going at it in the box. But Mason Mount will take the corner. To be honest, Mason Mount, he's actually had a pretty good game tonight. He's been very, very lively, causing lots of chances. But we'll see what happens with this corner right now. It's in by Mason Mount. It's a good ball. Oh, and many Chelsea players attacking it. No one won the header though. It's clipped back into Azpilicueta. Still not cleared away. Clipped back in again by Azpilicueta. Straight into the hands of Oblak. And now Oblak is going to lump it up the pitch, trying to start a fast break, and it finds Suarez. And how on earth has he brought that down? I have no idea. And now he's gone down again. What have I just seen from Suarez? Oh my God! Sorry for just continuing to talk there, but Suarez, like the ball got lumped up the field by the defender. Suarez shoved the defender, brought it down on his chest. The ball's rolling away. He gets hit on the chin by Kovacic. He's then running sideways like a crab whilst holding his chin. And then as Kovacic goes to win the ball, Suarez just almost sits on the ball. Oh, my word. But yeah, 60 minutes gone, still 0-0. But I'm hoping there's going to be a goal soon, man, because it's been a pretty good game, although it's 0-0. It has been a very, very lively game.
I think it's kind of just gone the way we said, though, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much like the way we said it, it's going to be a game where Atletico usually sit back. Chelsea, again, they've been pushing forward. They've been showing more danger going forward than either side, but again, nothing clear cut. But the first goal in this game probably will decide this game on the night. Obviously, it won't decide the tie, but I think that 1-0 score prediction from you is looking more and more likely as the time ticks away. But here's Timo Werner now, puts it into the middle, well played away by Savic.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to ask you, who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
If I'm going to pick now, I'm going to say it's looking like, I think, Bayern Munich. They just look too strong, I think, in general. I think they're the most... Well, they're obviously the holders. There's teams with equal quality, but with the way they've been playing this last season, high on confidence, I think they can blow any team away. That's the thing. I think there's not a team in this competition that Bayern Munich can't completely destroy. Whereas other sides, I'd question, the likes of Man City. Again, they've got the quality, but they've not shown in recent years that they can make noise in the later rounds where Bayern Munich can. Obviously, they absolutely dispatched Barcelona last year. Beat PSG in the final in a close game, but I'd probably say at this moment right now, in the last 16, I think it's looking like Bayern Munich, and they've also looked like the most convincing in their first knockout tie.
Oh, what the bloody hell is that? Has that gone out for a throw-in? Lulic is, I think he's done his best Heskey impression. Oh, it has gone out for a throw-in. Oh my days! He had the shot from the left-hand side just inside the penalty area. He's absolutely shanked it, and it's gone out for a throw-in on the left back position for Bayern Munich. Oh, that is Heskey-esque.
Heskey-esque.
If you can imagine if you can imagine what I'm talking about with Emil Heskey when he kicked it and he went out for a throw-in against Man United, probably about
I don't remember it vividly,
years ago.
I probably imagine it in my head of Emil Heskey blasting it out for a throw-in. Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to find it on YouTube now.
Oh, it's an absolute calamity from Lulic. Well, we'll searches for the Heskey kicking out for a throw-in. Bayern Munich are coming forward with Kingsley Coman. He's found Josh Kimmich. Tries the ball over the top for Alphonso Davies. Is he going to get there? Just come back to Lewandowski on the volley. Headed away. Have you seen it?
Mark Thorin has just been given a yellow card, by the way, after he dragged down, I think it was Mount. But yeah, I've just found Emil Heskey missing against Man United. Someone's put, what a hit. He just kind of swiped to his left foot, and I don't know what he's trying to do. Someone actually edited the video. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know.
We are going to have our first change.
If I can imagine that's what Lulic has just done. If I can imagine that's what Lulic has just done, then bloody hell.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Yeah, we've had our first change though. Leon Goretzka's come off, and Javi Martinez has come on, the veteran. As Lazio try to get back into this game, and they might have a chance here though, because Luis Alberto picks up in the middle of the park, finds Milinkovic-Savic. They've got a 3-on-3 on, and Immobile tries the shot early. Oh, well, we've seen him hit them into the back of the net, but this time Manuel Neuer's equal to it. It was one of them where he had to run onto it and struck it with a lot of power, trying to dip into the bottom left-hand corner. But this time, Manuel Neuer, who's been on pretty much top form all night, that's not going to beat him. But later, Lazio threatening again.
Yeah, and just while you're talking over that, Jorginho took out João Felix. What could have, he looked like he was going to go on and cause an opportunity, but Jorginho brought him down, professional foul. He's been given a yellow card, which means he will now miss the next game for Chelsea in the second leg, which is big. I think he's had a good game tonight, Jorginho. And Diego Simeone has also been given a yellow card, but obviously he needs to get 3, I believe, to miss the next match. So unless he gets another 2, he will be coaching in the next leg. Remember Simeone though when Atletico played Arsenal in the Europa League semi-final, and you had Simeone in the well in the top of the stadium. He wasn't allowed on the sideline, and he stood right in the top of the stadium.
Bayern Munich building from the back a little bit now. Of course, they just They don't need to chase the game. That's a brilliant ball over the top by Kimmich, looking for Kingsley Coman. He's one-on-one with the defender, and he's taken down by the defender. And the referee, the linesman's given the free kick right on the edge of the box. And a yellow card's going to come out for the Lazio defender, Marusic. Right on the edge of the box, though. Dangerous opportunity.
Mendy, again, he looked very dodgy with the ball at his feet. Nothing comes of it, but does not look confident at all. Chelsea won the ball high again. Good tackle there by the left back there. And it's going to come all the way back to Mendy and goal.
Yeah, it's a definite foul on Kingsley Coman. And now there's a chance for Bayern Munich outside the area and a decent shooting opportunity. I'm not quite sure who stood over it. I haven't really seen yet. I think it's probably going to be Sané and Kimmich. It's Sané and Alaba stood over the ball. I mean, if this goes in, it'll be a really good free kick. We've seen a good free kick earlier from Rafinha. Kimmich is also there. It probably suits the left foot of either Alaba or Sané a little bit more. Alaba shaping up like he's going to hit.
Terrible.
The referee complaining that the wall's a little bit too far forward. And here we go. It looks like Alaba's going to be the one to hit this. It is David Alaba over the wall. And, I mean, if he gets that on target, that's going in. But it's just a few yards wide of the right-hand side post from the centre-half.
Is it rumoured?
Yeah.
You what?
I think we're probably going to be saying the same thing about David Alaba, aren't we?
I was just going to say, do you know where is it final where he's leaving, where he's going to go in this summer?
No, I don't think so yet. I mean, Bayern Munich did put on their Twitter the other day. Alaba hasn't chosen where he's going next. And do you know what they say? Well, great minds think alike. We're about to ask the exact same question.
Where do you think he's going?
Probably Real, because I think Ramos is leaving, isn't it?
Yeah, he's looking like the most likely, and I think that I saw a report, maybe December time, that he's chosen Real Madrid. And I know that although those reports are kind of, not non-official as of yet, usually when you hear a report like that, it kind of happens. I mean, it was the same with Rabiot, Juventus, that was an early one reported. Emre Can leaving, Juventus, that was another early one reported. So it's looking like you say, looking like a replacement for Ramos at Real Madrid. But in terms of Ramos, do you think you're Man United? Do you think you've got the best shot at getting him on a free?
There's been a lot of heat around that situation. I'd take him. We need defenders. We need a leader. And I mean, is he past it or not? Is he ready for the Premier League? Do you know what I mean? Like Thiago Silva.
Oh, it's coming up. Oh, Giroud! Oh, Olivier Giroud scored an overhead kick. Oh, but he's offside. No.
Oh no!
No way. No, I'll be honest. It wasn't like an overhead kick score like Andy Carroll did for West Ham. Where it's flown into the top corner. But the acrobatics on this from Giroud was unbelievable. It's flown past Oblak into the bottom corner. But he's offside. I don't believe it.
Oh, no. Josh is probably ripping his hair out at the moment.
He's in an offside position, unfortunately. The ball whipped in by Mark Alonso. Atletico Madrid do not deal with it. And it hits Mason Mount and Giroud. They don't really communicate, but the ball pops up for Mount. Mount flicks it, but Giroud just drifts offside. And he overhead kicks it into the bottom corner past Oblak. But it's not going to count. He's offside, and there'll be no review because, yeah, he's in offside position, which is a massive shame. I bet Josh is absolutely fuming, right?
Well, I haven't heard anything yet. But Lazio do have a corner. They've whipped into the near post, and it's headed. Oh, it's cleared away. And I mean, they need to be careful on the counter attack because they've literally got nobody back. They're putting everyone forward for every single corner. And that's the way the fourth goal came. Kyle said, I'm glad it was offside. Oh, we can't be doing that for Giroud, Kyle.
No, we can't be denying a fan of Giroud.
Fan of Giroud.
Fan of the match Giroud.
Do we even get Fanta cards for the European ties?
I don't think we do anymore. I remember we used to. FIFA 13, one of the ones I remember vividly was David Luiz got one for scoring in the Europa League. He got like this man of the match CDM card, which was one of the most ridiculous cards on FIFA 13. But I don't think they've been doing it for a long time now. I know they had UCL man of the match cards last year. I can remember Brennan Loddy got one for his performance against Liverpool, but I don't think they do them anymore by the looks of it. But
they normally just have the road to the final ones, don't they? Which is like upgrade if you win a leg.
Yeah. Now VAR are checking this Giroud goal. Nothing's
happened. Oh, that is an awful challenge. by someone's getting another yellow card. Escalante, the substitute, just absolutely hacked down Lewandowski outside the box. Another yellow card. But you said VAR were checking it?
They're still checking it as we were just waiting. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was offside, but I'd love it to be a goal because it was an unbelievable finish from Giroud, and it's worthy of a goal without a doubt. But I think it's going to be given offside, unfortunately. But even without VAR, the referee gave it offside in the first place. It wouldn't have counted, but they're going to double check it now.
It's weird with Giroud, isn't it? Because of course, he's not the most conventional striker, and his Arsenal days were he wasn't the most potent finisher, I'd say. But since he's come to Chelsea, he's just such a consistent.
Oh my word, he's been given. Sorry to interrupt, Katie. He's been given. Olivier has scored an overhead kick. The goal does stand. 70 minutes in. I mean, it looked offside at first glance because I don't know how the UCL do it with all the armpit and the elbow and the knee, how they do all that bullshit in the Prem. But I don't care because Olivier Giroud is on the score sheet. Chelsea have won the look with 20 minutes to go. And I can't say it's been well deserved. And obviously, it had to be that man, didn't it, Giroud? What a goal. What a goal.
Yeah, and I was literally about to ask you about Giroud. I mean, he's Mr. Consistent for Chelsea, and at the moment, I mean, he's their best attacker by a country mile, the amount of goals he scored, especially in the Champions League. He must be nearly the top goal scorer in the Champions League.
He probably is. Remember, like you said, he scored quite a few goals in the group stage, didn't he?
He scored 4 against Sevilla, didn't
he? Yeah, so, I mean, it looks miles offside, but I think the way the referees are looking at it, they're saying it touched an Atletico Madrid player instead of Mason Mount, which would then mean Giroud's onside, but the check's over. Simeone and Atletico Madrid are fuming. Chelsea are absolutely buzzing. And yeah, 71 minutes in, Giroud gives Chelsea a 1-0 lead against Atletico Madrid away from home, which is huge. And now, will we see Atletico Madrid come out and finally try and get a goal and attack Chelsea?
Yeah, how vital is that away goal as well? Oh, Lazari speeds past Alphonso Davies again, and then Alphonso Davies with a good piece of defending. But it's given as a corner. And I mean, Lazari's rolling around on the floor. Yellow card for, I think, Kimmich in there for complaining. Yeah, yellow card for Kimmich for complaining. He's still going on at the ref. He needs to be careful. Yeah, it's been given as a corner, though. It was never a corner, by the way. Lazari just dribbled it straight out of play. Yeah, Alphonso Davies does literally get nowhere near the ball. Like, he doesn't touch the ball it ever takes. He's sliding. Lazari falls over. The ball just trickles out of play. It's been given as a corner by the ref and the linesman.
And then a good tackle from Jorginho there.
I mean, it would be interesting if it's been given as a free kick. If Lazio scored from this, it would be interesting because personally, I don't really think it was a foul. Luis Alberto on the left-hand side of the penalty area, though. It's an awkward angle to shoot from, of course, especially for a right footer. Does dink it into that danger area, though, and it's headed away by Sula. And then hit on the volley on the edge of the area by, I think it was Escalante. It was Escalante on the edge of the area, and didn't catch it all, and it just trickled straight to a Bayern Munich player. But, I mean, Lazio have absolutely dominated the game in the last 5 or so minutes. They need to get another goal, I think, to at least have any chance in the second leg.
Yeah, I mean, even if they got another one, I think it'd still be a tall task, but I think it's all but done in it anyway, the tie, unfortunately, which is a shame because it's pretty much a tie that's it's gone now. It's pretty much done with.
Yeah, Bayern Munich now, they have a real good cushion to take into the second leg where they can potentially rest some players. I mean, they've got a lot of injuries at the moment. I say that Lazari's on the wing again, taking on Alphonso Davies. I think he's been one of the better players for Lazio tonight, and a ball dinked into the middle is awful and headed away by Boateng. And Lewandowski's touch can allow Bayern Munich to get on the counter.
Chelsea won it high again. Oh, they're going to give a foul, and I disagree heavily with that there. Werner won the ball. It was him and Giroud 2-on-2, but the referee blew up for a foul. And N'Golo Kante, by the way, has come on for Mason Mount, so they're going to have a bit more defensive mindset now by Chelsea, which completely makes sense. You're 1-0 up away from home. There's no need to risk getting another goal because we know that Atletico could score a goal any minute with the quality they have. So Kante's come on, and to be fair, Kante with only 15 minutes left, he could probably run round for the entire 15 minutes and lose no stamina at all.
No, he's built like a bloody I don't know, something that goes for ages. He's got iron lungs, is what I'm trying to say.
He has.
Mental, in it, that he's not even a first teamer anymore, I think.
It's just crazy, isn't it? At one point, he was the best DM in the world, really. Chance though for a good block from Rudiger. Yeah, and also won the PFA Player of the Year, didn't he? In his debut season with Chelsea.
I mean, back to back, he was probably won back to back titles, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. And the fact that he can't start now is crazy, but just shows the depth this Chelsea team has and the potential it has. Really, if all these players can hit the ground running, eventually get and come good, then this Chelsea side is a dangerous team because the money they spent was no joke in the summer. They have some class players, and they've just brought on Hakim Ziyech as well. So again, another player that you don't mind bringing off the bench because we saw his quality a lot at Ajax. I was very surprised he left Ajax for the fee that it was, to be honest, because I know it's very hard to judge a player from the Eredivisie, but Ziyech is one of those players that he's just so gifted. It's most of his left foot. Pretty similar to Van der Beek, really. What do you think to Van der Beek start United? Because I know you put him down as possibly a flop, but I don't think he's been given enough game time, to be honest.
No, I mean it's going to be difficult for him no matter what. But I think next season we'll probably start to see the better of him. I mean, Ollie's already said that next season Van der Beek's going to be a big player, and he could still be a big player for the remainder of this season. Of course, we've got a lot of Europa League games to play. We've got Premier League to worry about as well. Of course, we're still in a title race, even though we're 10 points behind. We need all the players we can get at the moment. Unfortunately, he's injured. He probably would have played on Thursday, but he is injured. Unfortunately, he's got a muscle injury. Don't know where that's come from, but yeah. There's a chance for Lazio though. Oh, good defending in there by Alaba, but snuffed out. But yeah, for Van der Beek, I think, like you said, he's not played much, but when he has played, he's not really had any impact on any game, to be fair.
Yeah, I remember when he came on on his debut and scored against Palace straight away. But apart from that, I've not, like I said, obviously, I mean, I'm not a United fan, so I don't really watch the games in depth, but from afar, I've not seen much of him, which I think he will definitely come good. Similar to Thiago in our sense, like he came on 45 minutes against Chelsea, broke the record for the most passes in a game, in 45 minutes, almost got his leg broken, and then he's kind of come back to the team, sparsely here and there with he's been kind of played out of position now and again, but I think you'll definitely see those two players next season mostly. They'll probably come good in the end.
I think they both just look off the pace. They're both too far easily dispossessed, I think, both of them.
Yeah.
Lazio coming forward, though. Luis Alberto's got Correa inside the box. Correa, onto his right foot, does get the shot off. It's going to go out, I think, for a corner. It is.
I think it just shows how good the Premier League is compared to other leagues. It's just one of the highest quality and most physical leagues in the world, really. And it's going to take some time to adapt to that.
Yeah, and I mean, even Timo Werner said that he said a few times, of course, he wasn't expecting the Premier League to be as physical and for the players to be as quick, of course.
Exactly, yeah. It's just one of those things, isn't it, where it's some players adapt really well to it, some players take longer than others, and it's just like when you're signing a player from a Premier League rival, it's why they cost so much money, because that means they are obviously proven in the league. And there's a bit of a scrap going on here between Rudiger and Suarez, and I said these two were going out earlier on. The ball's gone out for a goal kick, and Suarez, I think, initiated the contact, and Rudiger's just kind of backing off. He didn't want any trouble, didn't want no smoke, but the referee's having a talking to him now because, it's what Suarez likes to do best. He likes to try and wind you up. Yeah, I think it is a corner, actually. And Suarez just pulled Rudiger's leg there. Again, like I said, he's very sly. Rudiger's told him what he thinks about it.
Yeah, of course, we've got probably about 10 minutes plus added time left in these games. So I've probably got about 15 minutes left. You've probably got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, 1.5 minute. And Chelsea making their final sub. Hudson-Odoi is coming off. I mean, he played all right tonight. Hudson-Odoi, again, nothing incredible, but he's putting a pretty good shift on that right-hand side. And Reece James is coming on. So, again, another defender for Chelsea as they look to defend this 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and a 1-0 win away I know it's at a neutral ground, but a 1-0 away win against Atletico Madrid is such a high feat. I mean, it's such a good win against such a well-organised side. To have the away goal and, of course, to bring them to Stamford Bridge. They've just got to win the tie now, and they'll be fine.
Absolutely. If they don't concede the next tie, they've won the game. It's not simple for them, really. But there is still 10 minutes to go in this game, and Atletico, I think they are going to start throwing the kitchen sink at this. But again, why leave it so late? It's kind of like very similar to last season's game against Leipzig, where they left it so late. Tyler Adams got that goal, and 5 minutes left, they were scrambling to get an equaliser, but they could have done it, 35 minutes earlier or 45 minutes earlier.
Yeah, exactly. I think for Chelsea, I'd probably say they need to score another one in the next leg to have any chance of probably sealing it. Because I mean, Atletico Madrid, I think they'll score at some point, whether it be in the remaining 10 minutes or the final leg. And it's what a save that is by Pepe Reina.
Kante, that's a brilliant ball from N'Golo Kante, but it's well cut out there by Marcus Llorente, who's had a pretty good game at right back tonight.
Again, Lazio give the ball away. Pepe Reina clears it. It hits Wesley, who bounces up in the air. Lewandowski's onto it, and on the swivel has the shot. But it's a good save by Pepe Reina. And now Lazio coming forward with Lazzari again on the right wing, up against Lucas Hernandez, who's just come on, and wins a corner against him. And these corners they're counting up. They need to make some of them. If they get another goal, I mean, it's not such a bad scoreline after all. Maybe 4-2 is not a bad scoreline to lose by, considering you were 4-0 down in the 46th minute. 2 substitutes though for Lazio. I have no idea who they are, but Luis Alberto's come on for John Daniel Akpa. And who's the other one? Come on. Cataldi. Danilo Cataldi is coming on for Milinkovic-Savic, I think it is. Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic off Cataldi on.
You linked pretty heavily with you, wasn't he, at one point, Milinkovic-Savic?
He's linked to bloody everyone, isn't it, to be fair? But I mean, I think that ship has massively sailed.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Whipped in from the corner and the header from Acerbi. He should really be doing better with that. And I mean, it probably should have been a goal. Probably should have been doing better with that, and it should have definitely ended up in the back of the net.
It's looking like apparently Jean Felix will be making way. What a ball that is from Ziyech over the top. Timo Werner's in behind here. What will he do with it? He's going to take the shot on. Oh, and it's a side netting. To be honest with you, it was a bit of a tough situation for Timo Werner there because he was so far forward ahead of everybody. There was no one to whip it into the box. He went for the shot in the end. It was actually saved by Oblak. And Saul has come off for Lucas Torreira for Atletico Madrid.
Josh has said in the chat, Don Giroud better than that fraud Timo Werner.
He's played better tonight without a doubt. And he's always scored that unbelievable overhead kick. It wasn't like a thunderous overhead kick that's flown into the top corner, but the acrobatics on it were absolutely incredible for a big guy like Giroud. But we've seen him score, obviously, big kicks in the past, so he's no stranger to spectacular goals like that.
He's just a very technically gifted player, isn't he?
He is very much.
He's one of probably the most technically gifted players in the Premier League, to be honest, because, like you said, there's not many people who could score goals like that just on the regular out of nowhere.
No, definitely not. And like you say, Giroud makes them look pretty easy, really, but they are extremely tough. And Mario Hermoso has also come off. He's making way for Vitolo. So again, another attacker for Atletico Madrid coming onto the pitch. As it looks to try and, at least scrap a 1-1 draw and take it back to Stamford Bridge. Good flick on there by.
Oh no!
What's happened?
Well, if Josh's night wasn't good already, it's going to get even better because Choupo-Moting's coming on. I can see him getting ready on the sidelines there alongside, I think, Mark Rocker. But Choupo-Moting's going to come on for Barcelona. No, for Bayern Munich for the last 7 minutes of this game.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got a transfer to Barcelona in summer.
Oh, it's given away by the Lazio defenders. Alphonso Davies into the box. Tries to put it back for Musiala. It's going to be cleared away, though. I'm interested to see who's going to come off for Choupo-Moting. Who else is? Who's number 20? Who's that? Oh, Bouna Sarr. Right. Bouna Sarr and Choupo-Moting getting ready to come on when the ball goes out of play. I've got about 6.5 minutes left plus added time.
I've got 85th minute I'm in now. So 5. I think there'll be a few other minutes though, because obviously we had that VAR check. We had a couple of moments where Suarez has been on the deck. I reckon we could be in for about 5+ minutes here at the end of the game. So I've probably got about 10 minutes left in my game.
Yeah, and then you can join us live tomorrow for Gladbach. Well, not me and Will. You can join Kieren and Josh live tomorrow for Gladbach versus City and Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Same time that me and Will went live, about 7:50. And then on Thursday we've got the early afternoon goal show in at about 5:55, covering the reverse fixtures of the games that we covered at 5:55. At 8 o'clock last week, and then at 8 o'clock this week, me and Rowan will be doing the reverse fixtures of the games that we covered at 5:55 last week. Those games being Sparta Prague, Leicester, and Manchester United, Real Sociedad, which is over as a tie, to be fair. But oh well, we go again. And then
More chance to get another goal. Go on. Yeah, man.
I thought you were saying something.
Yeah, no, I said it's another chance for Dan James to get on the score sheet.
I don't think he'll play. I'm not going to lie. I think Diallo will play.
Well, I mean, if he does, it'd be exciting for you.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're eagerly waiting to see him play.
Yeah, I'm on. I loved it when he came on last week. I mean, of course, I'll also give a debut to Shola Shortire at the weekend. I mean, they were calling him Shoratire. I am not having any of that. His name is Shola Shortire. I'm not having any of that Sholatire shit.
I mean, what about? I wonder what they'll say when Hannibal turns up and plays his first game.
Well, he was supposed to be called up alongside Diallo and Shola Shortire. But instead, because he got injured, he wasn't called up, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. But,
yeah, he looks class.
He does look pretty good from what I've seen from anyway. Just from you liking videos on YouTube, on Twitter or whatever. But another sub here for Chelsea. Kai Havertz has come on, and Christian Pulisic has also come on. I think Kai Havertz has come on for Giroud, and Pulisic just come on for Timo Werner. They're showing the Giroud head kick again, like phenomenal, just a great finish into the bottom corner. And not even Jan Oblak, who's a phenomenal keeper, he gets nowhere near it. It's right in the corner from Giroud. It's a fantastic goal.
Kyle, Palestri's gone out on loan to Alaves, I think it was. Sorry, we'll go on, mate.
No, I was going to say it's Giroud's goal. They would have shown it back, and it's a goal worthy of winning any game, really. 3 minutes of normal time with possibility of added time.
Yeah, from the way you described it, it sounds like a hell of a goal.
Yeah, it was kind of it's whipped in, and it's I think it's flicked off Mason Mount or Atletico Madrid player, and it's in the box, and Giroud's the only one that reacts to it, and he hits it on the acrobatics right into the bottom corner. It's, like I said, it was nothing like he's come flying and he's volleyed it in at pace into the top corner, but it's just the technique and it's fantastic. It's just a well taken goal past Jan Oblak.
Yeah, and I mean, I said earlier that Bayern Munich needed to bounce back from that defeat to Frankfurt, and they have bounced back. I mean, they've been kind of ghosted their way and coasted their way through the second half. But I mean, a 4-1 victory in Europe against the decent Lazio side, which are no pushovers. They've kind of pushed themselves over tonight, to be fair, with the amount of mistakes they've made. That you can't give a team like Bayern Munich those sort of chances because they're just going to gobble them up. And I mean, it's kind of the exact opposite in your game. I mean, there's been not that many chances, but Chelsea have taken the one that's counted. Yeah,
and to be honest, over the course of the game, they've been like the side that want to make more happen going forward. I feel like Madrid again that if they concede a goal, their game plan kind of goes to ratchet because that's it. That's their clean sheet gone. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to keep the clean sheet, but once they concede, they've got to come out and try and score, which then gives the opposition a better chance to score another goal. So Chelsea getting that goal is massive, but it's credit to them because they've been the better side. They've tried their best to attack Atletico Madrid, and they've got the well-deserved goal. And we'll see if they can hang on now because Atletico Madrid, they need that goal, but they just really aren't pushing forward as much as I thought they would do. All the way back to Oblak, who looks.
I don't know what I just did then. I just kicked myself out of the stream for a second.
Oh, given away by Koke there. It's going straight to Ziyech, who finds, I believe is that Havertz? It is Havertz. Ball that crossed him was blocked. Oh, it was Azpilicueta all the way up there. What's he doing up there? And I will say Azpilicueta because he looks absolutely knackered. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp, but he's still going.
I feel so sorry for Choupo-Moting and Bouna Sarr. The ball's finally gone out of play. They're finally going to get on the pitch. They were stood there for about 5 minutes on the sideline, waiting for the ball to go out of play or the play to stop for him to get on the pitch. But finally, in the 89th minute, they are going to be coming on. And Musiala is one of the players that's going to be taken off. I think that's probably going to be, Choupo-Moting's coming for Musiala. And then the other change is probably going to be, I think, Kimmich for Bouna Sarr. Choupo-Moting's tucked his shirt in.
He's going to score. He's definitely scoring Choupo-Moting.
Sané, Leroy Sané's taken off for Bouna Sarr. Of course, had his hands in 2 goals tonight. Well, he's got an assist for the goal, for the own goal, and he's got a goal of his own. So Choupo-Moting's playing up front.
I've got plus 6 minutes added time now at the end of the game here.
Choupo-Moting scoring, and here he is straight away, and he just fell over on the ball. Oh, it's been given as a foul. I thought he just slipped over on ball, like the actual ball had taken his feet away, but he did get tripped by the defender. He didn't. He didn't. He kicked his own knee. Oh my god! And he's given as a foul.
He just didn't want to get. He didn't want to embarrass Lazio.
No, that must be it. I've got 4 minutes of added time here.
Good tackle again by Atletico. He's been phenomenal tonight. Kante again has also been very well since he's come on. I think this defence of Chelsea has looked pretty good tonight. They've handled Suarez and Felix very, very well. And going forward, they've looked dangerous too. But here is Pulisic now. Chelsea just trying to keep hold of the ball. Obviously, if they keep it from Atletico Madrid, the clock will run down and they'll win the game. But here's Rudiger. Really nice turn there from Rudiger. He's kept his composure really well there. And then he just thinks, let's lump it up the field. But desperate time. If Atletico Madrid want to get a result, they need to get the ball out quickly. They just seem too lackadaisical to me.
There might be a chance for Lazio now with Immobile inside the box. Tries to pull it back to John Daniel Akpro, but it's caught out by Alaba and cleared away. And now there might be a chance for Bayern Munich on the counter-attack. I mean, Alphonso Davies, he's got legs for days, like a zebra. But it's going to be passed back to Kimmich. And I mean, for Bayern Munich, the game is over probably. They don't need to push. I mean, if Choupo-Moting gets a goal, that's a dub. But 4-1's probably a very convincing scoreline. The game's over. The tie's over, to be honest with you. In there.
Going into the game, weren't they? 4-1 win away from home, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think with the remaining 2.5 minutes, unless Lazio score another, the tie is probably over, like we said.
I think that's Lucas Torreira in the book. He just kind of booted over Pulisic, I think. I don't know who it was, though. Pulisic got the ball cleared, and all you see him just like hit the deck in a heap. It was Lamar. Oh, it was a very dirty tackle from Lamar. They didn't know even going for the ball, just completely trips up Christian Pulisic.
Seems to be getting a little bit frustrating for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, they are. You can tell they're not very happy in the performance, but again, I praise them for how they win the games with the tactics, but once they concede, there's no plan B for Atletico Madrid at all. They don't know whether to keep their shape, they don't know whether to attack more. It's one of them. It's a very good tactic if it doesn't work.
It's going to be another free kick for Bayern Munich in a very dangerous position. And I mean, it's about 28 yards out, I'd say, maybe. Possibly less, possibly more. No, it's about 25, 26 yards out, I'd say. Get Choupo-Moting on it.
Let him have it. I think it's top bins, won't it?
No, they're not. Alaba and I think Kimmich are over it. Whip it in box. Get Choupo's head on it. 5-1, bang. What they're going to do here? Alaba looks like he's going to hit this. But Choupo's making that run. He's making that run. Choupo's bagging this into back at net, Will. Alaba has just booted it straight over the crossbar. Awful free kick. 1 minute left in my game.
It's got to a point where it's just kind of the game then and buried like probably 15, 20 minutes ago in your game, so but there's not much been happening.
No, there's not. I mean, that kind of just sums up the night for Lazio. A simple switch of the ball in his own half, I think, by Acerbi. Marusic miscontrols out for a throw into Bayern Munich. I mean, that is the story of the game.
I'll tell you what, since Pulisic has come on, the poor lad, he's not had much to do, but he's been kicked over by Thomas Lamar, and now he's had the ball booted straight in his face. He's had a torrid time since he's come on, but that's not a foul. And he's also been knocked over again there by Savic, I think.
Yeah, my game's about to end. We've got about 10 seconds left, I think. 5 over Lazio.
Atletico Madrid free kick. Terrible free kick. It's not for a Chelsea throw-in.
Yep, my game is over, and Bayern Munich, the European champions, flex their muscles again. 4-1 victory tonight. A very simple game from, not going to lie, apart from the goal from Joaquin Correa that came at a 4-1. I mean, it was very, very easy for Hansi Flick's side tonight. Nothing from Lazio at all, really. No bite. Very toothless performance. Not many players can hold their head high, especially the defence. They were all awful. They're all getting high fives and stuff. I honestly don't know why, because they were shit. I'd be kicking the fuck out of them. But Bayern Munich doing what they need to do. It looks fairly easy for the second leg. Maybe we'll get to see Choupo-Moting playing the second leg, Will.
You know what they should do, because a 4-1 win away from home, you're not going to go out and concede 4 goals in your home stadium, which I don't think will happen. Why not? Why not give it some game time?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of over before it started for Lazio. I mean, the goal from Lewandowski kind of set the tone in the game, and then the second from Leroy Sané. No, the second from Musiala. Sorry, I'll get me goals mixed. The second from Musiala in the edge of the box, probably the best goal of the night. And then the third from Leroy Sané, the fourth from the own goal, and then Joaquin Correa getting a consolation back for Lazio. 4-1, but it could have been more for sure. It could have been possibly 5 or 6 for Bayern Munich tonight if they'd have taken a few more chances. But no, the European leaders, the European champions, probably through to the next round already.
Yeah, and it's just at full time in my game. Chelsea have won 1-0. I'd say we deserve a win. Over the course of the game, they look like the more threatening team going forward. Atletico Madrid started the game brightly, but since then they just kind of dropped off and sat back like they usually do. And once they conceded, they had no plan B. They didn't know whether to push forward and try and score a goal and equaliser, or sit back. And since Chelsea scored, I thought Atletico Madrid would have had a better reaction than they actually had. But yeah, Chelsea get the 1-0 deserved win thanks to an Olivier Giroud overhead kick, a phenomenal goal from himself. And yeah, they take the away goal back to London and Stamford Bridge, where they'll look to go through the next round.
Yeah, what a massive win for Chelsea. But that's it from me and Will tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, Will.
Yeah, thanks for having us, KD, on the watch long again. Two good games.
Yeah, 2 decent games. Do make sure to tune in tomorrow at the exact same time that we went live today, 7:50 for Atlanta Real Madrid, Gladbach Man City, hosted by Josh, joined by KL. Do make sure you check out the website, thesports-corner.com. Lots of articles going up on there. I'm sure there'll be more going up during the week. And to keep up to date with what goes on the website, also make sure to check the Twitter, which is @the_top corner. We always have an alert when an article goes up or when there's a video. We also have the scheduling on there as well. Make sure you follow us on there, and on the Instagram as well. It is the _sportscorner_. Make sure you follow us on there as well. But that is it from me and Will tonight. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Thank you very much, Will, for being here again. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, and see you later, guys. Have a nice night.
See you later.